From the house that Earl built in Rossburg, Ohio, we welcome you to week number 4 of the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League from Outlaw Speedway, as the Osh Weekend Speedway presents to you Monday Night Madness. We get set to go for the beginning of Monday Night Madness with our Rookie C Division, and the Raiders are brought to you by Malcolm's Mill Riding. Should be a fun one here once again tonight at Outdoor Speedway as we come on and say, good evening, friends. Yes, right into the comfort of your own home. Marty Sakala alongside Isaac Salas and Dean Reynolds. We've got a fun one here set tonight on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Apologies for the technical difficulty on the bottom. But Isaac, we're set to go here at Outdoor. Should be a fun track, a lot similar to Knoxville Raceway last week.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think it's going to be really high side dominant towards that ending of the features. But man, if you can make the bottom work, you can put up a pretty stout fight through most of the night. So something to look forward to.
Absolutely, and a big key as well coming on into, Dean, let's talk about the brand new update that was installed into iRacing. The Sprint Car features the new damage model that iRacing has, which could mean a lot more patience for a bunch of drivers here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because now the damage model is you can lose your wing, you can lose your front end, and when I did some practice laps, I noticed once you got up against the wall, it doesn't enable you to get off the wall either. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to affect the events, and you might be right, though. It might force all of us to be a little slower, a little easier on ourselves because, you know, your wing comes off, your front end comes out, you're getting towed. So when you get towed, you're going to lose a couple laps, and you're not going to win.
We're glad you could join us here for live coverage of the Coast to Coast Racing League, and we should have a fun one here tonight at the Outdoor Speedway. If you missed us last week on the Coast to Coast Racing Network, we had some incredible racing. It was like Knoxville Raceway-like material, folks. Dustin Sargent taking home the race win in the Raiders. From the rear to the front, he won the B main and also won the A main. In the Rebels division, also a wild race there as well. Keith Jackson picking up a lot of positions, winning out of nowhere by surprise, taking a big upset win. And then finally in the A division for the Renegades, it was Patrick Spangler all by himself on the outside line as he took the win at the Knoxville Raceway. We get set to go, of course, to the C division with the Raiders. If you're brand new to the Coast to Coast Racing League, here is how a typical event works. Of course, we begin with our time trials after practice. 2 laps, fastest one gets the quick time award, and that will set the lineups up for heats. Before the green flag, we'll invert the top 4 in each heat, and then we'll have the green flag for 8 laps. Top 4 from each heat will transfer directly to the features. We have 20 laps for the Raiders, 25 for the Rebels, and 30 for the Renegades. The ones who do not make the top 4 will be going down to the B main. Nobody will be going home in the Raiders division as the car count is set at 16 for our C division at the moment, so they'll get extra practice before a 3-minute warm-up where the track is open for all drivers. Now look at the times here at the moment. Isaac Salas currently quickest at a 13.361. A look at the driver of the 211 on track in Jamie McCarron, who currently runs 9th at a 13.55. Isaac, talk about outdoor here at the moment. It seems like the place you're going to want to be this entire night is the high side when the track gets slicker and slicker and slicker.
Yeah, man, I think that the big thing is it's a whole lot more comfortable for me as a driver, I guess, to run the high side. But, you know, someone like Brennan Lacey or some guys like that can run the bottom, they can be deadly here because, you know, once you have to start tiptoeing that top when it gets really slick, you know, it can kind of come back to bite you if you're not very careful on top.
Jamie McCarron, the quickest, by the way, to 13.295. 3 drivers not qualifying. That's Chris Forsythe, Pat Boyce, and Andy Patton. So time trials are in the books with Jamie McCarron, the Aussie, the quickest in qualifying. We're set to go for our first heat race of the evening. Heat race number 1 is presented by Langdon Mechanical. At Langdon Mechanical, we are the second to none heating and air conditioning company in the Hamilton area, and promise our customers our own professionally trained Langdon specialists will be there personally every step of the way. We guarantee your customer satisfaction from start to finish, including sales, installation, maintenance service of your heating and or cooling system. Every equipment sale, installation, and maintenance service call we make is backed 100% by Langdon. Here's how the lineups look for heat race number 1. Doyle Lawrence starts on pole position, and next to him is Dan McLaren. Row 2, Kurt Schatzer and Jamie McCarran. Row 3, Ralph Connor Jr. and Bob Curtis. And rounding out the field here tonight is Bill Calder and Austin Marlett. Those are the 8 drivers that will be competing for pole position in the Raiders feature tonight. Well, Dean, we've got a fun one on hand here. The track has been reset to 5%, and when you think about a tacky track, the drivers are going to run wide open when we take the green flag.
Yeah, I think it's going to be wide open all the way through the beginning of the feature, actually. This track's got a lot of room, but you can stay on the gas. And Marty, I don't know if you noticed, but an interesting situation, Dustin Sargent looks like he got in too late. And I don't know if he's going to be able to tag tail of the feature. He's going to miss the heats. But that's a big story right there.
Absolutely. That's a big developing issue for the driver that won last week. So he will likely have to use that race as his, use his race as one of his 2 drop weeks that is set. There's a look at your front row, Doyle Lawrence and Dan McLaren, but that is a stacked row 2, Isaac, between Jamie McCarran, who has won before in the Raiders division, and also Kurt Schatzer, who has won in a sprint car before, won a couple weeks ago with the B division.
Yeah, absolutely. Ever since I started truly racing Kurt, he has gotten bad fast. So, I definitely say that he's someone to look out for. But, obviously Jamie Mack is quick as well. So, that row 2 is crazy fast. But, you can't count this front row either.
Winner starts on pole position as the Steve King Foundation Pace Truck is in the pits. Lawrence and McLaren bring the field to green. We're racing.
They almost got in contact with each other.
Lawrence and McLaren go single file until off of turn number 2. The Canadian ducks down underneath, looking for the race lead. He's got it over Doyle Lawrence. Jimmy McCarran makes his way up to second. Kurt Schatzer stuck in 4th position. Isaac, he's inside looking for 3rd. Then they contact. Doyle Lawrence goes around into the tire barrier. He goes and takes heavy contact after that from Bill Calder. And the front wing is gone off of the 325. The wing is damaged, and we got another wreck from behind with Ralph Connor Jr. And the new damage model is doing its work.
It's going to be interesting. Soon gets that 4th and final qualifying spot. Like you said, though, everyone qualifies, but you want to get in that top 4.
Austin Marla actually put Bob Curtis into the wall in the battle for 4th position. So that puts the 999 all the way back to P4 at the moment. We focus back up front. They're all on the bottom side, Isaac. McLaren, contact from Curtis. Oh, he doesn't really how to keep it straight. And all the way back to 30 goes Jamie McCarran to lead with 3 to go, and he won. This is crazy.
Is this the Rebels division?
The mini Rebels race.
These guys are preparing for the chaos that we'll see in the Rebels later on tonight. 2 to go here in this heat race. When McLaren thought he had a pole position, now looking at a 5th place starting spot because we only have 2 heats at Outlaw for the Raiders. Final lap is underway, and McCarran will begin his morning right on July 5th at Australia with a pole position from 4th to 1st. J-Mac takes heat race number 1. Followed by Schatzer, McLaren, and Marlett. Wow, that was wild.
Wow.
So this is how it's going to be tonight.
Oh, it's interesting, though, because McLaren hit, I think it was Curtis, he hit full bore, and yet the car still looked good. So who knows with this damage model? It's going to be all different.
I will say, though, he did an awesome-looking wheelie down the backstretch.
He did. He kind of looked like Wheelie Salas. Oh, we got side job Salas, super dirt car Salas, and wheelie Salas.
There you go. I like them all. I like them all.
Second heat race of the evening is brought to you by Magnum Racing Design, offering iRacing wraps, hero cards, logos, flyers, and even t-shirt designs. If you're looking for a new design and want attention to detail, competitive pricing, and fast turnaround times, check out Magnum Race Design on Facebook, where you can contact them directly through Messenger. Magnum Race Design, the sponsor of the Coast to Coast Racing League 358 Modifieds. Drivers following the Steve King Foundation Pace Truck. The Steve King Foundation, formed to help the dirt track racing community across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, race officials, track ops personnel, or the immediate families of those individuals who suffer serious illness, injury, or death. Second heat race, which will determine the outside row of the grid for the top 4 drivers here, Dean. And when you think of this as well, Jeff Sharp, Isaac Salas, Steve Bixler, this is a stacked team.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Jeff Sharp last week, how he's really gotten improved in the sprint cars, and he's going to be tough on the pole here because I think the bottom's still going to be a little bit faster. But Isaac, I know you're going to try to see if the outside works.
Oh, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to go just like half a lane, maybe a lane higher than they are.
Track is looking good at the moment. Then winner starts in second, next to Jamie McCarran. Jeff Sharp, Joseph Grandy bring the field to green. The second heat is on.
Jeff got a great start.
Steve Bixler, Joseph Grandy side by side for second position. They were 3 wide behind at one point. And now Salas and Forsythe have to duke it out for P4 at the racetrack. High side though working for slide job Salas for right now. It's Jeff Sharp though that currently leads, followed by Joseph Grandy, Steven Bixler, and Isaac Salas. Steve.
And you can see the groove is moved up a little bit, but everybody's running it. So I don't know if there's going to be Isaac's going to have to really work hard to get by Steven, but I like the way the track's running in though. This could be a great feature.
Salas trying to think about the crossover, but doesn't do it on Steve Bixler. Meanwhile, Joseph Grandy, quickest last time by, 13:54. He wants the race lead on Jeff Sharp. The battle is off the outside, the front row. And you see Grandy trying to dust the top off. The edge Sharp at the start-finish line as the cross flags blue, Dean.
Yeah, it looks like getting in the crumbs there is the way to go. He got a good drive off turn 4 running up there. Watch this drive right here. And that seems to be the key. I think Isaac's going to be there. Yep, I figure Isaac's going to go up there now and give it a shot.
And you see Salas working on the outside, and he is in a battle for third with Steve Bixler.
And then watch this drive off the corner right here.
The edge now Bixler at the start-finish line. Could that be the finish there at the stripe? We'll have to see. Salas, though, gets past for third spot on Bixler, and Bixler's on the bubble. Forsythe down to the inside for the final transfer spot. Down to the bottom he goes, looking for P4 off of turn 2. We know who's going to win the heat race. It's Joseph Grandy. The battle for fourth off the corner. Salas with a slide job. Sharp gets second. Bixler gets fourth over Forsythe.
Great finish. Great finish. So the track's got some speed and it's got a couple grooves, and it'd be interesting to see if they are going to go to B main. Sometimes when they have a short car count, they might go, nope, they're going to go to B main, which is good. Gives guys some extra laps and widen out the track a little bit.
Great heat race as a whole by all the drivers out there. It is now B main time, and our B main tonight is brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, an official team of the Coast to Coast Racing League. Lineup looks like this. It's Bill Calder and Chris Forsythe on row number 1. Row 2, Bob Curtis and Pat Boyce. Row 3, Ralph Connor Jr. and Dean Meitzler. And row 4, Doyle Lawrence and Chris Robley. So we know the top 8. This will determine the second half of the lineup as we get set to go. Let us know who you're rooting for in the chat. We'll be sure to give you a shout out on the air. Hello to Joe Dirk Canellis rooting for Austin Marlett. Unfortunately, no password for Zoom tonight. I'm not doing the Zoom tonight because of the scene shots I'm doing with Isaac and Dean. And hello to Showtime 787, wishing the best of luck to all of our drivers. And I missed it, but he said this in the heat race number 1 for the Raiders. In the words of Clint Boyer, put it out.
Doug Leonard also says that when he race directs for Super Car Series. Put it out. Put it out.
So drivers making their way off of turn number 4. Great view of the Outdoor Speedway as a whole. The crowd has come out in full swing as we get set to go for our B main. Dean, have you ever been to Outdoor before?
Yes, I have several times. Been there for, first time I went there, I think was in 93 or 94 for the historical big one. And then, of course, been there for Kings Royal and Super Car Series. Actually had the pleasure of running a race there in 2019.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that. That was the one Rudolph won. So.
Yep. And Dave Blaney won, or Dave Blaney won the modifieds with
Nice.
the HBR car, the Invitational.
That's awesome. B main is underway. Calder already falls back to 3rd position. Forsyth and Boyce have at it in turn number 3.
Oh,
See how he can't get off the wall? That's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah. Calder's setup is a little bit messed up when it comes to the steering on the number 325 machine. Look at Bob Curtis right in 4th position. Doyle Lawrence trying to challenge for the spot. Chris Forsyth, though, quickest car last time by, 13.7. 2 laps in the books here, Isaac.
yeah, absolutely. And if you notice, Pat Boyce is actually running probably a lane and a lane and a half lower than Chris, but he's not really losing that much, you know, ground to him actually.
All right, on board with the Ford 41, 13.65 last time by for Boyce. Was the quickest on track. Last time by, though, he just lost 2 tenths to Chris Forsyth. Good battle is on, though, for 4th spot. We watched it earlier, Bob Curtis and Doyle Lawrence, and Lawrence is on the attack, Dean, but Curtis shut the door for a moment.
Doyle, it was interesting because I noticed Doyle got up in that accident in the first heat there, so he had to start last, and I've been watching him come up through the field. He's working on, trying to get, as you say, one more spot's a spot higher he's starting the A-main. And there he goes underneath.
Curtis is just trying to hold on to this baby. Lawrence, though, down to the inside, thinking about going for the slider up on Bob Curtis. Curtis may cross over. That's tight. Lawrence edges out Curtis, Isaac.
Yeah, absolutely. They were. He definitely made that close. I'll tell you that much. Honestly, that's a really good battle. I mean, I think it's just going to be they're going to be able to get a little bit more comfortable running together when you can kind of be that close to somebody and not wreck. It makes you trust them a little bit more.
A look at Wreck-It Ralph. Quickest lap that last time by, 13.64. Final lap, though, underway in the B main. Chris Forsyth pulling away from Pat Boyce. Over a half-second lead and coming to the checkers. Forsyth wins the B main. He'll start from 9th position tonight, followed by Boyce, Connor, Lawrence, Curtis, Robley, Calder, and Meitzler. So preliminary actions for the Raiders is in the books. And now we get set to go here for our Flatline Racing Bodies warm-up watch. Flatline Racing Bodies. Quality racing bodies produced by former NASCAR Regional Short Track Champion Dan Chapman in the iRacing hotbed of Clarence, Iowa. Track looks absolutely beautiful at the moment. You got your slick spots, you've got your tacky spots still out there. I would guess it would probably be around maybe 60% is how we are looking at this. By the way, with the way the track resets in qualifying, completely different for each class. It's 5% for Raiders, 10% for Rebels, and 15% for Renegades.
Isaac, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. Of course, you're out there, but it looks like there's enough on the top to run into the crumbs and keep your momentum all the way around. Be interesting to see how far those crumbs get moved up there in the feature, but there's still quite a bit up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing that I'm going to see when we first get going is who goes up straight to those crumbs on the initial start. Because the way I'm thinking about it is if, say, Grandy, right, say that he doesn't want J-Mac to get a good start, he's going to crowd him down, you know, and obviously you're going to crowd them, you're going to be side by side, you know, keep yourself in a position to get, you know, first coming into 3. But the big thing about doing that is now you got that guy that went up to the crumbs right away that has this crazy momentum coming into 3, you know, that has a chance to make it 3 wide. So it's just going to be something to look forward to on the initial start that I'm kind of excited to see how it plays out, but I'm also kind of nervous because I'm going to be right in the mix of it.
Dan McLaren is saying in the chat after this one heat race, he felt like he was on his way to the moon.
He's probably looking at it for sure.
Yeah. While we were at it, by the way, we should take this opportunity for those that are in the Coast to Coast Racing League Lounge group on Facebook. I posted a poll on Tuesday morning talking about the wild flips we had at Knoxville last week, and you guys voted for the wildest flip. I gave you 3 nominees: Steve Maurer in the Raiders, and then Brennan Lacey, Jack Clevenger in the Renegades. Steve Maurer won 60% of the vote, Brennan Lacey 21%, and Jack Clevenger 17%. We're going to do that again. That was a fun poll after what we saw in Knoxville. And I got a good feeling, Dean, with this new damage model, we're about to see it tonight. Just like we're seeing right now with Wreck-It Ralph, and he sticks the landing.
Well, it was interesting. I was actually on Dan McLaren right there, and he got into the wall, and he reacted like he hasn't been into the wall since the new damage model, and he couldn't come off. So then when he did come off, he shot right across the track, and you saw what happened. So that's going to be interesting when that cushion gets thin and thin, especially in the later, in the Renegades race. That's going to be something to watch.
So it's Isaac Salas, the quickest, as we get set to go racing here at Eldora for the first feature of the evening. Here is the We Let the Dogs Out for You Pet Care Services Coast to Coast Kids Club starting lineup. On the front row, it's Jamie McCarran in the 211 and Joseph Grandy in the 518. Row number 2, Kurt Schatzer in the 28 and Jeff Sharp in the 28. Row 3, Dan McLaren in the 88 and Isaac Salas in the 05. Row 4, Austin Marlett in the 999 and Steve Bixler in the 75. Rounding out the top 10 is Chris Forsyth in the 225 and Pat Boyce in the 41. Row 6, Ralph Connor Jr. in the 54, Doyle Lawrence in the 3, and the rest of the lineup looks like this: Bob Curtis, Chris Robley, Bill Calder, and Dean Meitzler. Moments away from the green flag here in the Raiders. Gentlemen, your picks to win. Dean, I'll start with you.
Don't pick me. Don't do it.
It's interesting, and I hate to pick the guy on the pole, but I noticed Jamie's got his wing hiked up a little bit more than everybody else. I wonder if he just found something running down low that he's going to utilize. But I'm going to go with Jamie. I think we're going to have another interview from Australia. I'm going to root for my buddy Isaac, that's for sure, but we're going to pick Jamie because I don't want to give him the broadcaster's curse.
I'm gonna go with Dan McLaren here from the 5th position, so we'll see what happens. The star of the race is brought to you by Dylan Westbrook Racing. Well, we're so glad you could join us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We hope up in Canada you had a great Canada Day and hope you're having an awesome 4th of July. Let's go racing it outdoor for the first feature of the evening. McCarran and Grandy, bring them to the green flag and song. Jamie McCarran with the edge off the corner number 2, followed by Grandy McLaren and Chandler 3 wide for 3rd position off the corner as McLaren slides up all the way up to 2nd in 1 lap. And Austin Marlett all the way down the inside. He's looking for P2 on the racetrack, Dean. Fantastic racing to begin the evening.
Yeah, there's definitely multiple grooves there. There's a high, there's a low, and Jamie's doing a little bit of a slide job in 3 and 4.
Oh, baby. Nearly 3 wide for the race lead as Dan McLaren thought about running the needle, but the 999 of Marlett down to the inside. He loves these long tracks. Quickest guy on track at a 14:26. Down to the inside on J-Mac for the race lead. However, though the outside prevails in 1 and 2, but Dean, it looks like the low line in 3 and 4, it's the place you want to be.
I'm actually shocked how good the low line is right now. I really thought it was going to be up top, and Austin's really making that low line work.
3 cars under a blanket in a turn number 3. You see Marlett get another good run down to the inside, trying to find some moisture as Marlett and McLaren continue to duke out for second, but Marlett may get bite off of 2. He can't.
What I think is going to help Austin is that everyone's up top, so that groove's going to wear out faster where he's on the bottom where nobody else is. That groove might stay.
Marlett trying to put the slide job on. He can't do it. McCarron back on the clear. Let's see if Marlett tucks it back in line. McCarron knows to go bottom in 3 and 4. But McLaren goes up to the top shelf. And here comes Isaac Salas. Slide job from McLaren. Can he make it work off of 2? Almost can. Isaac Salas gets into this party.
Isaac had to roll it up a little bit there with that slide job. It just lose a little bit of momentum on there, and Isaac had a good run, but it's okay. We got coming to halfway here in a couple laps.
Working on lap traffic already, closing in on Bill Calder in the 325. Salas all over as Calder gets out of the way of the leaders. McLaren has fallen back to 4th position, dealing with Chris Forsythe in the battle there. And here comes Isaac Salas. Down to the inside, slide job. Salas almost got it into McLaren. And they duke it out for the runner-up spot. Cross flag fly, 10 up and 10 down, Dean.
Yeah, Isaac's going to get a good run right here now. He's going to shoot for the lead. I'm wrong. I thought the bottom was going to hold out a little bit longer, but the top has now become dominant. And
caution.
There's your first caution.
Chris Rowley, yep. Bob Curtis upside down. They go right in front of the leaders. Oh my goodness, that got close.
Was that a short stainer there, Isaac?
Yeah, that's close. I'll tell you what.
Well, for the first...
I saw him start coming up.
Well, for the first time tonight, we look at the Malcolm's replay. These were 2 guys that were in the rear of the field. We actually had something after the caution flew, as you see Curtis and the 85 get together, which sent them up and over. Now we had something else that happened between Lawrence and Connor. This was after the yellow flag flew. Look at that. That's Lawrence, and Boyce comes in with nowhere to go. And ladies and gentlemen, we have lost our first top wing of the evening.
My entire goal is to not be on that list this week.
No, you're already there. Yeah. It's interesting, Isaac. I don't know if you look straight ahead, but look at Jamie's wing. He's really got that hiked up. It's interesting. Yeah, usually you want to let it fairly flat here. Yeah.
I will tell you, Dean, if you can be patient on this high side, there is quite a bit of cushion left for me. 3 and 4 is whoever can just manage your throttle the best so far is what I'm feeling. Just because the entire track from bottom to top is just starting to kind of all come in together beautifully. But there's a little bit up top still. I appreciate it. I'm enjoying having a line for myself here.
I think the slide job is definitely better in 3 and 4 than it is in 1 and 2, the way the track's wearing.
We'll have 8 laps to go when we come back to the green flag. Again, single file restarts for the Monday Night Madness sprint cars, no matter what lap we are on. We get ready for our first Mission 22 restart of the evening, and we've got a good one here. We've got a race where it seems like 4 cars could have a chance to win it. Jamie McCarron leads, Isaac Salas second, Austin Marlett runs in third, 4th Dan McLaren, Chris Forsythe rounds out the top 5. Here we come, back to green, 8 laps to settle it. Everyone continuing to run the outside, a run down low. Get off the wall. Keeps it off the wall. Here's a run from Marlett to the inside. Salas tried to slam the door. Marlett holds on the bottom of the racetrack. Could open up Dan McLaren for a chance to get on the bottom step of the podium, Dean.
Yeah, you see how much that momentum was lost there by Isaac by getting in that wall. And, I think Isaac could still get a run here, but Jamie's awfully fast.
And Marlett nearly lost it off at turn number 4. 3 cars under a blanket for 3rd position. Here's a run inside. Slide job, McLaren once again. Marlett crosses it over. 5 laps to go. 0.3 of a second separate the top 2 teams.
We're going to have a great battle here for the lead. It's going to be fun. Well, if he gets off the wall.
Thanks, Dean.
4 laps to go. It's been a while since Jamie McCarron has won with the Coast to Coast Racing League Outlaws in Monday Night Madness. It's been months. Oh, hang on, caution! Is how we got one sideways and upside down. That's That's Marlin in the 990. It's lost his top wing. Oh my goodness. This has just changed and is not over yet.
I would also like to add that the man now, I think, in either third or fourth is Chris Forsythe from the B main.
This could get interesting. Here's a look at the Malcolm's replay to show you what happened. A battle for third, a hot one. McLaren split up. Marlin went around, and there he goes on his lid. There was another car involved. I want to say that was Grandy.
Now they say I think it's true. If I read, you could still race with your wing off if you land back on your wheels.
I think so. You just not have a lot of downforce, obviously.
Yeah, hang on. Yep.
You'll be driving a wingless sprint. Hey, you'll be driving a wingless car without having to pay for a wingless sprint.
There you go.
Look at that.
Cheat codes.
I have figured it out. Science. Anyway.
Now, Isaac, you notice when you go on the wall, you can't get off, but it doesn't knock your steering out of whack. I noticed that either. Your car's still fine. So it's a unique situation.
So we will have 3 laps to go when we come back to Green Flag Racing. McCarron has led all of them so far in this race today from pole position. Salas is second. McLaren is third. Forsythe is fourth. McCarron, Salas, or the field. We're about to find out. Mission 22 restart. We're back to green. And there's a run for McLaren down to the inside, looking for the second position. He puts the slide job on Salas, but the 05 crosses it over for the runner-up spot, Dean.
It's going to be interesting here. Isaac's going to get him back, but I think Dan's going to try. Nope. Dan stayed up top. I thought he was going to do a cut down. Now he does.
Here goes McLaren once again for the slider for second position. Salas crosses it back over to turns number 3 and 4. Salas tries to send it in once again. He's got second at the line. Final lap, though, underway for Jamie McCarron. It's been forever since he's been in the victory lane. It'll be for the first time in 2022. They're crashing behind for second spot. Out in front, though. Welcome back to victory lane. Jamie McCarron gets the parking at Eldora. We had a big wreck behind them. Isaac Salas was one of them that was involved. Comes to the line without a top wing for second position. McLaren finishes second. Grandy comes home in third. And folks, Isaac Salas was 1 lap away from winning the Chip Bangers Racing Hard Charger Award. Instead, that goes to Bob Curtis up 5 positions.
Yeah, looking at the replay, when Dan did the slider, he got hooked in the wall and tried to come off, and when he came down, Isaac was already there. I mean, it was a racing deal. No one did anything that was bad. It was just 3 cars going for second spot, and then when they're sliding back and forth with 1 lap to go, Jamie, I'm sure, was saying thank you.
That was coming to the checkered flag, what you just saw. Here's what happened for second. Yeah, McLaren just caught the wall. Salas nowhere to go, and a wild ride for Chris Forsythe. You see there, the right front tire was gone, or the suspension, I should say, off of Salas. Let's show you the aftermath for Forsythe.
All the EMT for Forsythe.
Big weight shift and up and over he goes, loses the wing. Oh! My goodness! Steve Maurer, you may want to take notes. We're going to go gyro cam here. Risk Chris Forsythe. I want to say that was Marlett that got into him, right, Dean?
I backed out of that, and I was just looking at something else there, but I think it was because Marlett's 3 laps down. And that was on the last lap.
So that could have been.
Yeah, that was Forsythe. Forsythe, McLaren, Isaac. I didn't know what happened behind though. I didn't see that.
Well, we'll get right into the interviews here and talk with your top 3. First off, we will talk with Joseph Grandy, our third place finisher. Joseph, that was a wild ending, man, but walk us through your race as a whole.
It was just cruising along, honestly. I got knocked into the what? I didn't get knocked in. I hit the wall early on in the race and dropped back to 5th or 6th or something like that. And I guess that wreck in the end kind of put me up in the 3rd.
It was a fun race, though, for you tonight. How was your car, though, in the longer runs? Did you have a setup, though, that was set for the shorter runs?
I felt like it was getting better towards the end. I was getting to the tail end, so one of the guys there just didn't really pull the trigger on any moves.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on your run?
Just thanks for Coast to Coast for setting up the races and all sponsors.
All right, we'll let you go, man. Great run tonight, and we'll hope to see you in the Rebels.
All right, bye.
Joseph Grandy, our third place finisher. Our second place finisher tonight is Dan McLaren. Dan, that big wreck happening behind you. Walk us through the slide job you made on the final lap.
Well, first I want to apologize to Austin. I think I misjudged that whole slide job, so I just want to apologize for that. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was pretty chaotic coming to the finish.
How good was your car, though, in the beginning of the race and on restarts, too? Because we saw you get up like 3 or 4 positions on the first lap.
Yeah, it seemed like it was good right off the start, but once we got, on a roll and everybody started to get their momentum, they, made me work for it.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Spartan Racing, VMR Wraps, Coast to Coast Racing League, and you guys for putting on a great broadcast.
All right, man. We'll let you go. Great run.
Thanks, guys.
Dan McLaren, our second place finisher. Time to go to Cool Ray Victory Lane, where we will talk with your race winner, Jamie McCarron. Welcome back to Victory Lane, man. It's been a while. You've been due up for it. How does it feel now that you're on the top step?
Nah, it's a good way to start the day, mate. I've got to go to work in about an hour. So, yeah, no, I haven't really been on the sim that much, but I've been trying to run this league or that race mostly. So, it's good.
Leading 20 laps in the race. Talk about it as a whole, and you had some pretty good competition as well.
I knew there was some little guys. They were running good on 3 and 4 down the bottom there, and I was sort of set up for the top, so I thought I'll stay there and see how it panned out, and it worked out in my favour.
It was a fun one, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the win?
You guys for the broadcast again. You do an awesome job. It's always good to go back and have a look. And Castrol, McQueen Electrical, and that's about it. And Icon Sim Sports as well. So.
All right, man.
I do have one question before we let him go. Not that I'm trying to get any speed secrets, Jamie, because I'm in the next race, but I noticed you had your wing higher and in the back more than anybody else. Did you go to higher gear and use that wing to help you? Because it seemed on restarts that you were rocking on restarts.
Yeah, I had it. I had a real low gear sort of thing, and I had my wing sort of flat, and then I just sort of tucked it back in just to try and just keep the rear tyre on that cushion there, like try not to get over it. Because as soon as you hit the wall with this new stuff they got, you touch the wall and you can break something really easy now. So you just got to be really careful.
All righty, man. We'll let you go. Congratulations. Have a great July 5th.
You too, guys. Thanks for that.
Jamie McCarron, your race winner with the Raiders, of course. He has to go to work in the morning in their time, so he will not be with us for the Rebels and the Renegades. Great way to kick off the evening for us on this July 4th here as McCarron celebrates in Cool Ray Victory Lane. A look at your official results here from tonight. In the Raiders, McCarron wins by 1.6 seconds. We had 8 drivers left on the lead lap in a wild finish to the end. Despite going a lap down, Forsyth and Calder are able to transfer to the Rebels. Provided, that their IL is under 225. And when you take a look at the standings coming on in, looking. Isaac, I think you won't be able to join us for the Rebels, unfortunately, unless something dramatically changes, because your IL was at 419 coming on in.
I told you, I think I've averaged a solid 6x every race so far this season.
Isaac, at the end,
Huh?
you only finished with a 2 that time, though, right? Right
No,
at the
that
end.
was a 4.
It was a 4. Okay.
See?
Bob Curtis will not be able to transfer into the Rebels tonight. And looking at everyone else on the track, those will be the only drivers that won't be able to make it. So, Isaac, you get to join me in the booth. Dean gets to go to the track. So, it'll be fun to see what happens. We'll pause here and step aside. Rebels coming up in just a moment on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Sakala alongside Isaac Salas and Dean Reynolds. Coming off an awesome race with the Raiders, we now move on to our B Division Rebels. The B Division Rebels are brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. And from what we learned, Isaac, off of the Rebels off the Raiders feature, we had turns 1 and 2 where the high side was key, but we haven't seen this yet in a while at Eldora. The low line was working in turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, that low line, like I had said in the pre-race show, that was kind of quick on the bottom. It was all about kind of hitting your marks, and you know, with this new damage, if you hit your marks on the bottom, and these guys, you know, might get into the wall a lap or two, you can kind of gain some spots pretty quickly.
Dean's out there on track. You can tell him he's got his Logitech wheel all set up. Dean, what are you learning right now from this track at the moment?
Well, we got the Thrustmaster wheel all set, but I am actually trying to run the top. I've run every lap up top. I normally do run the middle and the bottom at Eldora, but, you know, whoop, now I'm in the wall. See, and I can't come up. There we go. So I watched Isaac in that last race and saw how quick that top is, and I got a feeling about lap 15 or so, up to then, that top's going to be quick, and then after that, I think we're going to need to start searching. So that's my theory. Now, whether my theory is going to be true, I don't know.
Rebels are getting set to go. The Rebels, once again, brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. So getting set to go here for our B division, which is set for 25 laps. As we watch your favorite drivers out on the Big E and Outdoor Speedway. Let's take a look at, by the way, how the weather looks, which could be big when it comes to the track conditions. 74 degrees is the track temp. 85 degrees is the air temp at the moment here, Isaac. So this track is going to dry up a little bit quicker than it did in the Raiders, in my opinion.
You know, and the big thing about it drying up a little bit quicker is maybe Dean's prediction of 15 laps in the feature. It might be 12 laps in the feature. And so the big thing of, like, you know, finding a line that you can use and be steady on is going to be very key, you know, pretty early into the feature, you know, at the halfway point even.
A look at the point standings coming on in. It's Brian Moore Sr. that currently leads by 2 over Jeff Flero. Once again, Brian Moore Sr. leading with 204 points, wrong standings. Up by Michael Berthay, who's got 189 points. At this moment, Dean, they've been the 2 threats so far. However, though, all of our winners, except for one, which was Keith Jackson, have all come out of the C division, though. It's crazy the start we've had to the season with the division that you should expect the unexpected.
Yeah, but it just shows you that, some of those guys that are in the C division probably don't belong there because, they have a lot of experience. But when you come to coast and they don't know who you are, or you might have a low IL rating because you don't run a lot of officials, that's where they're going to put you. But it just shows you the talent overall, which is good because, the Renegades is where everybody wants to be, and I'm sure you'll see some of these guys move up to the Renegades and make that division even stronger.
Absolutely. Wow, we are getting set to go here for our B Division time trials. Let's say hello to a couple of people in the chat. Hello to Joe Halter, who was rooting for Kurt Schatzer in this race. We do not see Schatzer on the entry list at the moment. Hello to the Bassman, our boss Roger Craig watching. He gave a big congratulations to Bill Calder with a top 10 finish. Mr. Easton, a normal viewer of the Coast to Coast Racing League, rooting for Chad Cote. And this should be a fun one with a lot of competition. 18 drivers currently set on the car count here at the moment. Let's take a look at the schedule on what's coming up here on Monday on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Right now it's Monday Night Madness here at the Eldora Speedway. Tomorrow night, Hometown Heroes presented by Cool Ray at Port Royal Speedway with UMP Modifieds, fixed 305s, and limited 360s. Wednesday night is Vets and First Responders Night presented by Mission 22. We'll have Vet 360s and 410s at Eldora and Midgets and I-55. Thursday night is Thursday Night Thunder. We'll have the small blocks and the big blocks at Eldora and our Pro and Super Late models as well. That's brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. Friday is Friday Night Lights presented by Gears Unlimited. We'll have the small block modifieds, the crate late models, and the fixed 305s at Eldora. Next week for us on Monday Night Madness, we've got one of the toughest racetracks on the schedule. That, of course, is the Kokomo Speedway.
No, Isaac, there's your throwaway.
I like Kokomo.
Marty, I'll actually be there Thursday. You going to be there Thursday?
Yeah, we'll be here Thursday.
This Thursday?
Yeah.
So, y'all been wondering, where the heck have I been for Thursday Night Thunder? I'll just say this right now. Work's been tough to deal with right now. They've been wanting me on for Thursdays. So, and we're short-staffed at work, so I've had to deal with them at the moment. Past couple of weeks, it's been races and races and races, and then we've got another station that I work at that's been needing me for Thursdays that nobody else is available to do, so I'm left out to deal with it. But I still promise, I am there for the second half of the season. Okay? So, moving on from that, Brandon Dittmer currently the quickest now at a 13.337. Dean, I'll ask you this. With this track pretty much slipped up to near 100%, is this still going to be the high side, or is there going to be something on the low line that could be big?
I tell you, I just hiked my wing back to a -4 and tried different lanes, and even with the track right now, I was still able to flat-foot it all the way around and in multiple lanes. So I was trying high, I tried middle, I tried low, and I tried slider, and it felt decent in all of them. Now, that was just me by myself. I don't know how everyone else's speeds are, but I think it's even going to get slicker than this in the feature, though.
There you have a look at Devo Donovan Ross in the number 5. Oh, so close to winning in the Rebels. Would have been, I believe, his first ever win in the Rebels, and then lost out to Keith Jackson on the high side. We'll see if Jackson can be a big threat, though, because remember, this is another long, fast track, just like it was last week at the Knoxville Raceway. Car count currently up at 19 drivers at the moment that have signed in. Unfortunately, no pill draws. See, that would be a lot of fun in iRacing. Write that down, iRacing. Put it down for feedback. We need pill draws in the Coast to Coast Racing League and for iRacing, and we need group hot laps. That would be perfect.
I had to make sure I put my qualifying setup back in before I go out there, what I just ran with.
Probably a good
Yeah, 'cause
idea.
I did 43 laps. I'm done practicing. This old guy needs to rest.
Couple of more things to give you note of here. Again, if you're interested in racing in the Coast to Coast Racing, of something bigger than just the on-track experience, go to www.c2cro.com and click on apply to join in on the action. And if you need some help, check out the Coast to Coast Racing School, where our league's top drivers have volunteered to help league drivers improve their driving skills free of charge. They'll be offering help on various skill sets such as qualifying, driving lines, driver awareness, and setup advice. Go to c2cro.com to schedule a session. I believe they're doing the drivers meeting at the moment.
No, Andy hasn't come on yet.
I will say one thing about that. There you go. I will say one thing about that. That school actually. I took a couple lessons from some of the top guys for sprints when I first started trying Monday nights. And honestly, they are a wealth of information.
Yeah, it's Coast to Coast is a great league for beginners as well, because you know, they have matinees during the day where it's got smaller fields and you can try different things, and of course, you know, you got to have an IL of 2,500 or under. So, but the school comes in handy.
It really does, for sure.
Never doing drivers meeting.
I guess we need a broadcasting school now. Well, I mean,
I'll take it.
I have been, you know, helping out our other broadcast partners, our good friends at, I'll give them shout outs here once again. Shout outs to Extreme Speed TV, GY6RN. They've been great, and we've definitely been helping them out with improvements on their broadcast, try and get things up to the next level. We're always trying to innovate and figure out what's next. What can we do next that would be oh so good? Which is why we've got our headshots right here. Look at Dean.
Cause who wouldn't want to see Marty, Isaac, and Dean on July 4th?
Who wouldn't want to see two Yankees fans and a Red Sox fan?
Yeah, well, this should be Isaac's last telecast. I mean, to wear that jersey, I tell you, you got your karma on the last lap of that sprint feature because you wore that shirt.
Once you said it earlier that you guys were talking about the Yankees at, I don't know, it was sometime this afternoon before the races started. What's a little story here? I was like, wow, I'm going to have to put it on. There's no doubt about it now.
Qualifying.
Oh, we're rolling into qualifying.
Underway, brought to you by ABR Setup Shop. You get a look at Barney as he waves the checkers on practice. We'll get the first driver out here onto the track, and rolling off onto the field here for time trials in the dirt car. Full Throttle Motorsports, number 790, it's Dean Reynolds. Dino,
let's see what we can do.
Dino working
Go get him, Dean.
Dino working his way into turns number 3 and 4 in his division. Dean coming off of a 12th place finish last week at Knoxville Raceway. And so he'll set the board here for time trials. Lap number 1 goes up as a 13.461. G.J. Boydell goes second quick. Jeff Sharp goes third quick. Brian Moore Sr. goes quickest, 13.457. Reynolds, does he go quicker? He does not. But look at the 5:58 of Brian Moore Sr., the points leader coming on in. Is he better this time on lap number 2? No, it's Kyle Sargent that takes it to the top. 13.365, driver of the number 91. Dan McLaren looking good. He goes second quick on lap number 1. Let's focus on his lap. See if he can go quicker on lap number 2, trying to center in the bottom of 3 and 4. There he is. He pops up. This is a slower lap from McLaren at the looks of it at a 13.46. Now on the racetrack, working lap number 1, the number 5 of Devo, Donovan Ross. Across the line he goes. He goes 8th quick at a 13.526. Ross coming oh so close to his first Rebels win last week at the Knoxville Raceway. Off of turn number 4 at the line. Slower lap for Ross as he goes almost identical, but he is off. Lap number 2 underway for the number 83. The Toyota of Brandon Dittmer was working 14th quick, 13.777. He goes 6th, 13.469. Zach Neubauer in the 52 just came off his first lap at a 13.5094. 40 seconds left to go here in time trials. Off the corner, he is faster. Yes, he is. 8th quick, 13.48. Here's Chad Cote off turn number 4, was 11th quickest. Let's see if he's quicker at the line. This is going to be close. No, he's off by 900ths. 11th quick at a 13.533. So, ladies and gentlemen, our ABR Setup Shop Fast Time Award winner with a quick time of 13.365 in the number 91, Kyle Sargent. Kyle Sargent, who is looking for his first top 5 of the season, was 8th last week at the Knoxville Raceway. And with qualifying wrapped up, it's time for heat races brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. And here's how the lineup looks. First of 3 heats this evening for our B Division drivers. Donovan Ross and G.J. Boydell make up row number 1. Row 2 is Brian Moore Sr. and Kyle Sargent. Row 3, Joe Canellis and Andy Patton. And in row number 4 is Benjamin Kelch. As we get set to go once again, reminder that drivers are following the Steve King Foundation Pace Truck, formed to help the dirt track racing community across the country by providing financial assistance to drivers, pit crew members, race officials, track ops personnel, or the immediate families of those individuals who suffer serious illness, injury, or death.
With someone like Donovan Ross being quick at these longer tracks, him having a beautiful starting spot of pole here in this heat, you know, he could, if he can pull this off, he'd have a really good starting spot in the feature, considering you look at guys like Brian Moore Sr. and Kyle Sargent being in that second row. And you can't even count out Joe Canellis.
Absolutely. Will be interesting to see if row number 2 can get past Donovan Ross. We saw in heat number 1 earlier tonight, Dean, with the Raiders. But Ross is going to be a tough one to pass when we have a tacky track.
I think both Ross and Cote know what they were doing in time trials, and it worked for them. They're going to be tough. They're going to be tough. But there's a lot of good guys here. But you put a Donovan Ross and a Chad Cote on the front rows of the heats, they're going to be tough to beat.
Winner starts on pole position tonight. Ross and Boydell, the front row. We are ready to go racing. First heat for the B Division Rebels is underway at Eldora. And Ross holds on the bottom. Oh, contact. Moore throws the elbow at Kyle Sargent. That was Boydell. Boydell falls all the way back from second to the rear of the field. And off of corner number 4, lap number 1 is in the books, led by Donovan Ross. Moore second, Sargent third. Canellis is 4th there, Isaac Salas.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, like I had just said, those are the 4 guys that I would personally be looking out for, that I would be nervous behind Mr. Donovan Ross. And so far, so good. He's holding them off, but they're on the charge.
Boydell and Kelch have crashed. Boydell just trying to get out of harm's way. Meanwhile, here's Moore Sr. down to the inside for the lead, Dino.
Anyways, Moore made a great run, and I tell you, Sargent is just looking for a hole to get by both of them. This is some good stuff.
Oh boy, Moore bobbled off of turn number 4, but still holds on to second spot. Halfway through, Sargent tried to send it in hard there in turn number 2, but does not work. Joe Dirk Canellis, the final transfer spot. Every driver from 2nd through 5th up 1 spot because of Boydell's crash. Donovan Ross still holding serve. Fastest car that time, 13:51, fastest lap of the race, Isaac.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think that battle between Brian and Kyle actually benefited Donovan a little bit to get a little bit of space, clear his mind, and just start putting down really good laps.
Looks like he's in a groove now.
Yeah, absolutely.
White flag coming out, 1 lap to go for the driver of the number 5 in Devo, but Brian Moore trying to make one last gasp at it. Diamonds the corner off of turn number 2. Ross plays defensive in 3 and 4. That should be enough for Devo. Donovan Ross on pole position tonight for the 25-lap feature. Second heat race brought to you by Magnum Race Design, and let's meet the starting lineup. Chad Cote and Zach Neubauer in row number 1. Dean Reynolds and Dan McLaren in row 2. Gary Taylor and Jack Hitt in row 3. So as we get set to go racing, big hello to everyone watching on the Coast to Coast Racing Network on YouTube. We actually have a new viewer watching. A big hello to Megan in the chat rooting for Dean, and hello to Isaac and Marty. So Dean, yeah, you got Megan watching.
Yep, I sent her the link, and I'm sure she's watching to see Isaac.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You know.
Isaac is America's sweetheart.
I wish.
I totally wore that shirt.
America's sweetheart.
He's America's something.
America's pinball with how my season's been going so far, but we'll take it. I'll tell you what, I feel like, I say this at least once or twice every single broadcast, but this is a stacked heat as well. You can't count any of these bad men right here. There's some fast men in here. Even like Jack Hitt, he was fast last week, so never know.
I'm kind of wondering what I'm doing in the middle of all this talent.
Well, you're next to Dan McLaren, so there you go.
Yeah. Could we
be some second row bandits and go get you a good starting spot.
Real quick, Isaac, we know Cote is fast. Could we see him?
Oh, absolutely.
Could we see him win from the pole just like Donovan did?
I believe so, yes. If he can get in his groove early, I believe that Cote could do it.
Yeah, they come off of turn number 4. Chad Cote and Zach Neubauer, the front row. Winner starts on the outside pole position. And we are ready. Green is out. Off of corner number 2, it's Cote with the lead. Neubauer tries to go upstairs, maybe 3 wide for second. He scrapes the wall for just a split second as he tries to dust the top off. Reynolds is second. McLaren is in third position, trying to get past the 52. Oh my! Neubauer nearly off of Reynolds. Keeps it going though. Wow, I've never seen anything like it.
He really got me too. Really.
That high side is starting to come in right by the chocolate chips.
Now moves the captain, Gary Taylor, up into 4th position. And now Taylor and Jack Hitt have to battle for a final transfer spot at the moment, Isaac, because Zach Neubauer has taken it to pit road.
Absolutely, and the top 3 are all nose to tail, so it's just going to be who can keep the momentum up the best here, not make any mistakes.
Neubauer has actually gotten his car back on the track just to use a quick repair. Just hoping to have good luck of the Irish in case any huge wrecks happen. Like any flips, 3 to go in this heat race. Top 3 all under a blanket holding the outside line. Cote followed by Reynolds and McLaren. It's an American sandwich with Canadian bread with 2 to go. McLaren to the inside, Isaac. Oh!
Yeah, absolutely.
Dino put the front horn on
Chad.
Sets it in. Slide job from Dino. Side by side. White flag with 1 to go. Get your popcorn ready, folks. This is about to be a good finish in heat race number 2.
He's going over the send.
Sets it into the outside. Can he hold it? Can he hold it? Oh, he did! Cote beats Reynolds. Oh, man. It was that close to the line.
My 200th.
2,000, Scott. 26 100s, I mean.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Look at this finish at the end. Dino had a huge run, and that's like 300ths of a second at the line. I wanted to laugh so hard because I was just hoping Dean was going to get the win in this heat.
Oh, man. I looked over at Dean a couple times during that heat, and that man was focused.
I remembered what you went above those chocolate chips, and that's where I just started going, and I all of a sudden I noticed I was a little bit faster than Chad. I'm not supposed to be faster than Chad. That was a great race. That was a lot of fun.
You looked really good. I mean, you could have parked it on his nose just a little bit closer, but hey, we'll work on it. We'll work on the slide jobs.
So that was good. That was a good race.
That was a beautifully good race from everybody. Good for Neubauer to get back out there and just hope for some good luck as well. I know it's a really hard thing to do as a racer when something bad happens. Like, I don't want to take anything away from that because, like, it's really hard to get back out on track and try to finish the race when something bad happens. It's so demoralizing.
Something else is going to happen, and they could get less laps than you. It's another
Exactly.
position.
Yep,
You have to
absolutely.
go back out. Yep.
Third heat race brought to you by 2-1 Designs, making wraps for all dirt racing needs. In addition to 118 scale RC wraps, like them on Facebook at 2-1 iRacing Designs. It's Rich Holland and Jeff Sharp on row number 1. Brandon Dittmer and Joseph Grandy in row 2. Steve Bixler, John Rayner in row 3. Winner starts from third position in our 25-lap feature.
Well, it'd be interesting to see who goes right to that top because that definitely, you get a lot of launch in those crumbs. A lot of launch.
I want to see if Grandy and Dittmer can actually get something from the second row.
Green is out. Holland gets the lead.
Okay. Yep.
Holland looking for the sweep of heat wins from the pole position. Dittmer on the outside, Sharp down on the bottom for the runner-up position, while Rich Holland leads lap number 1. Joseph Grandy around the outside on Jeff Sharp. He takes away third. Two laps.
I think we're getting right into that sweet spot of.
Yep. Brandon's got such a run coming up. Look at this.
You called it, Dean. Big run from Brandon Dittmer. Holland
Yep.
sent it into turn 3 big time.
Here comes your slider.
And Dittmer with the quickest car on track that last lap, 13:58. Big slider from Dittmer. Holland crosses it back over.
I'm back.
The
I was
Dittmer
expecting it, so he moved right down immediately.
halfway home. Dittmer
Good
clears.
stuff.
Holland tries to cross over, but he's got Grandy stuck on his outside. 3-car battle for race lead. Holland sends it on in. He's got the room. Look at Grandy around the
Here goes
outside.
Grandy.
Oh, and 3 wide for the lead. This is incredible stuff. Dittmer, 2 for 1. And through goes Grandy. Unbelievable stuff. Clears for the lead. Dittmer to second, 2 to go in heat 3.
That was some moves by Grandy. Man!
Holland trying to survive meanwhile. It's coming down to Grandy and Dittmer for this heat win of the white flag. Here goes Dittmer. Sends it to the inside with a mega slide job. Grandy crosses it over. Grandy doesn't go defensive. Opens the door.
shot.
One last chance for Dittmer. Can he get it off of 4? Coming to the line, it's Grandy. Grandy gets it by a 10th.
These last 2 heats are the races of the year so far.
Wow.
Expect the
That was
unexpected
great.
in the Rebels, folks. Man.
The
This is-
confidence by Grandy right there to come up on them, thread the needle, and then go on to take the heat win was very impressive.
He kind of threw caution to the wind, didn't he?
Time for the B-Main, brought to you by...
That was good stuff.
Absolutely, it was. Gambler Motorsports brings you the B-Main, and it's Andy Patton and Jack Hitt on row number 1. Stephen Bixler and Benjamin Kelch in row 2. Zach Neubauer, John Rayner, row 3. G.J. Boydell rounds out the field.
Neubauer and Boydell in the final 2 rows. I'm gonna be watching them to see how far they can come through.
Yeah, there's no slouches in this B main, so it should be fun all the way through.
I gotta tell you, yeah, go ahead.
I think the big thing is these guys are seeing how fast that high side's gonna be, and that's just gonna come down to, it's gonna make that feature even slicker, even faster. You know, when all these guys want to just start running the high side now.
You know, Joseph Grandy was, I thought he was channeling his inner Lewis Hamilton after that Grand Prix at Silverstone last week. Or not last week,
That was
yesterday. And just an unbelievable race in that heat race. Let's see if we get something like that in the B main.
That was an unbelievable 2 for 1.
Not
To do
just
that
once.
split, yes. Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That was also exciting as a Yankee sweep of the Red Sox, I gotta admit.
Oh man, hit me where it hurts.
So here we go for the B main. Winner will start in 13th position tonight. We have a 20 car count for this feature. Now we're set to go green. Patton gets off with a good jump. Bixler and Head side by side for second. The 75 trying to clear. Neubauer looking back down the inside, trying to recover after his spin and save in heat race number 1, but took it to the pits though. Meanwhile, for the race lead, Bixler looked to the inside on Patton, and it's the Air Force vet that currently holds serve in 3 and 4, Dean.
Yeah, I think I said this before. Andy's really good in 305s. I mean, ungodly good. But he's no slouch at 360s here, and he's smooth, and you know, he likes to run the middle. He always does, and I think this is a perfect track for him right now.
Not the start that Zach Neubauer has wanted. He's currently back in 6th position as G.J. Boydell holds him up, Isaac.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the big thing is everyone wants to run that high side because it's the quickest right now. But everyone wants to get the passes done, and the way to get the passes done are either be right on somebody up there, and if you don't feel comfortable being right behind them, then you got to find another lane. You got to be searching.
It's very surprising to me as well, Dean. This high side is not slicked off as it has on the bottom here. Like, there is a lot of moisture in 3 and 4 and on the exit of turn 2 still.
Yeah, there is, but it's a thick piece of moisture, but it's thinner than the first race, so it's unique. I think you're going to see, Isaac, if you know, there's always that build-up outside of turn 2 that you can launch your car off of. I think you're going to see that in this race right here.
And Bex,
guys are able to keep their cars straight. You watch them; they keep their cars straight up top.
Yeah. Andy Patton has been running a slider line in 3 and 4, and I think it's just to keep himself out of the slick as long as possible, and it's been working really well, to be honest with you. And he's not even running the high side in 1 and 2.
He's going to stay off the wall just to take it home.
Look at this battle for a second spot we've got between Head, Bixler, Couch, and Boydell. This is a fun one at the white flag. Head's got second. Bixler tries to fight back, but Couch is to the outside. 3 wide for third for a brief second off the corner. Oh boy, G.J. Boydell looking to go 2 for 1 off the corner. Head runs out of gas. Head runs out of gas, and Couch, Boydell, Bixler.
Was that hit that was out of gas?
That was Gentleman Jack that ran out of fuel.
He pulled a Dean.
Easy now. I only did that once.
Now it's time for our Flatline Racing Bodies warm-up watch. Watch your favorite drivers take on the racetrack in their final minutes before we get the green flag.
Your first lap at a full load of fuel, man, the car is so different.
How about Gary Taylor making it from a heat to a feature? You don't see that often from the captain, so that's great to see.
You know, these past 2 races have put together some really amazing finishes. So, and I think the big thing is you're obviously gonna have guys like Kyle Sargent that can go from heat 1 onto this warm-up track and go, okay, I figured it out. But like, the track has changed quite a bit from that first heat.
Yes,
we'll see if that learning curve, even from the second heat, I should say, we'll see if that learning curve becomes a problem for any of these guys as well.
Yeah, I've gone from, I can't floor it in the corners anymore. 3/4 throttle.
Yeah, I think the big thing for me that when I was in my race was I felt like I was crazy off the throttle through the middle of the corner just to keep her right straight on the berm. So, and if you get a guy that gets on the throttle too quick and comes out to that little, I don't even know what you want to call it. It's like not even an indent in the wall. It's like the opposite, basically. Like, it sticks out at you, and it can bite you pretty quick if you get on the throttle too quick.
Yeah, this track is worn out fast. It's gonna be interesting.
Dean, nice save,
Oh.
by the way.
Well, I think somebody ran it against, I think, and then Kyle had nowhere to go, and so he had to come down off the wall.
I'll look
Kyle
at,
went by me like I was sitting still.
There's a very thin line up top in 1 and 2. I don't know about 3 and 4. I'm not on the track. Dean, you can help me out if you want, but
And there now too.
what I've seen so far is there's a little line up top where you can run the cushion, but I don't know about 3 and 4. It's all going to be searching.
yeah, we're seeing right now in this one a lot of drivers riding around this wall, and it probably has to do with this damage model. You did not see that a lot with the previous one. If they were just on the wall, they just get right back going. They just bounce off it, or if it was big enough, bad enough, get up into the catch fence. But we're seeing this more often than normal.
Yeah, I think that's going to start coming in this race, but I'm really interested to see how it's going to affect the Renegades, because those guys know how to run the wall.
My game just glitched and Chad Cote lost his entire wing just by hitting the wall just a little bit.
Cote quickest at a 14.096. Set to go racing. Here is the We Let the Dogs Out for You Kids Club starting lineup. On the front row, it's Donovan Ross in the 5 and Chad Cote in the 11. Row 2, Joseph Grandy in the 518 and Brian Moore in the 558. Row 3, Dean Reynolds in the 790 and Brandon Dittmer in the 83. Row 4, Kyle Sargent in the 91 and Dan McLaren in the 88. Row 5 is Rich Holland in the 116, Joe Canellis in the 1. Row 6, Gary Taylor in the 34 and Jeff Sharp in the 28. Row 7, Andy Patton in the 87 and Benjamin Couch in the 16. Row number 8, G.J. Boydell in the 014 and Steve Bixler in the 75. Row 9 is Jack Hitt in the 217 and Zach Neubauer in the 52. And rounding out the field tonight is John Rayner in the 302. Drivers rolling their way onto the back straightaway for their first of 2 pace laps. Isaac, your pick to win.
I don't want to ruin anyone's race. I think that somebody like where's he at? Kyle Sargent. I think Kyle Sargent makes a pretty good run up towards the front, and he's a contender to win.
I think we're gonna get another winner from the C division. Give me Joseph Grandy from 3rd position.
Okay, that's a good pick. I appreciate that. I would say Dean, but we know how picking each other goes.
I wouldn't say Dean. I'm going to say Brian Moore Sr.
All right.
Because
Good
he's
pick.
got a smooth style, and I think this track's going to come to him.
Chad Cote or Donovan Ross being good at long tracks here. You can name anybody out of the field at this point.
Ready for the Dylan Westbrook Racing start. Ross and Cote, who battled for the win last week, start on the pole on the front row for this one. Green flag is out for the Rebels. And it's Ross that gets the jump off of corner number 2, followed by Cote running in 2nd position. Grandy is in 3rd. Everyone working on the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Hang on to her, Brian. What a save right in front of Dino. Denver rides the wall. Oh, so close of a call for the 4th place driver right now, Isaac.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said, I mean, Kyle Sargent's going to take advantage. He was on the bottom, and a couple of those guys just happened to tag the wall for too long, and him run the bottom gained him 2 spots.
Sargent,
You know, something simple like that.
taking away 4th position. Quickest lap last time by 14:88. We'll see who's quicker this time at the line as Donovan Ross continues to lead. Coaches, oh, hang on for a second. Grandy got the wall in 1 and 2 and lost so many spots because of him riding the wall, and he does it once again. He's got a problem with the right front there, Isaac. He's off
Yeah,
the pace.
I think something's broken. Something definitely must be broken.
What a shame. And a challenge for the lead. Cote got to the inside. He's got it. Chad Cote goes to the, but no, he doesn't. Yellow
caution saved
down.
him.
Andy Pound has crashed. And he was just inches away from getting the lead at the line.
Whew. I've been in that situation before, and knowing that you can do it, you got to think about that part. You cannot look at the fact that you didn't get the lead when the caution came out.
You saw it there, Couch and Bixler And a hard lick for Andy Patton in the 87. And somehow that car did not go on its lid. Nowhere to go in this one. Right on board. He just did not see this one coming. Bam. And look at the top wing from the onboard. Great camera work, folks. Andy Patton is out of this race. So Donovan Ross got a lucky horseshoe there as he is out in front. Grandy was hoping that caution would have come out way beforehand, though, because he could have been inside the top 5. But because the leader crossed the line, he's all the way back in 17th.
How does that high side feel, Dean? While you got a sec.
I wasn't there. I was in the middle because I started down low, and then I was on the brakes more than I was on the gas when Moore got sideways, and then when I forgot who went in the wall there, and Brendan Dittmer had to get off the wall. So I just been running the middle so far because I haven't had a chance to get up top.
Here we go for the Mission 22 restart. First restart for the Rebels this evening. Ross fires later than normal once again. We're back to green. Cote second. Sargent now on the podium. Oh, Moore Sr. goes around right in front of Holland. No caution yet. Now there it is. And hard shots from Neubauer.
I was on the brakes again.
Yeah, there you go. Look at you.
And
Brakes
so,
more on the gas so far this race.
and so we'll try this restart once again, with the exception of those two that spun going to the back. You'll see it right here with the points leader. Sargent just came down, trying to diamond it off at turn number 2. You saw Dittmer get involved. That was Kelch that had nowhere to go, trying to miss the accident. It's right on board with Holland here.
I didn't see how that started, but I saw Moore Sr. sideways.
Yeah, it started when Sargent off at turn number 2 on the exit went high and then came down into the 558.
Yeah, it's real easy to see that yellow sideways in front of you.
From what I saw, it looked like, you know, Kyle hit the slick stuff, not expecting to be off the berm as fast as he was, and then, you know, when you hop off, you gave it too much gas on accident. Even you're gonna have to try and catch it, and just it's a simple mistake, but it cost Brian Moore, you know, all the way to the end of the line.
This track's burned off quick.
Yeah, it has. That's like 100% slick at the moment. Lights are off the Steve King Foundation pace truck. We'll try this restart once again. Ross leads, Cote second, Sargent third, McLaren fourth, Dittmer is 5th. Here we come, back to green. Ross fires earlier this time, and we're racing. Everyone rocks it on the high side. First guy down low is Dittmer in 5th position. Let's see how that works out. Lost a little time to Dan McLaren, but he's trying to hang in there still. As off of 4, it's Ross continuing to lead. Cote, Sargent, McLaren, Dittmer. Everybody up on the outside until Sargent tries a lower exit. That does not work. Cote trying to look down low, Isaac. He's just trying to sneak his way through, but Sargent, it's there.
Yeah, that's the hard part about leaving that line. You know, when you feel comfortable and somebody behind you feels comfortable. Oh, Sargent's gonna get by him.
Up 5 positions from the drop for the green flag. They'll make it 6. Slide job for Kyle Sargent, but it's Ross on the line. 9 laps are complete as Devo puts the slider right in front of the Sargent off in corner number 2. Sargent's got the race lead in the BBR ABR machine. A clear slider up on Donovan Ross. Ross tries the inside, but Sargent leads, Isaac.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was all just, you know, from getting a good run on one corner and then just having that line that you were comfortable on.
Quickest lap, last time by 14:79. Second quickest is a 14:87 by Ross and Cote. And Ross got into the wall just a little bit in the center of 1 and 2. And that's your best battle on track for second spot. Let's go behind them as GJ Boydell having a great run up 8 positions early. Battling Dean Reynolds for second. They get together, and Boydell goes around. Caution is out. Oh, and he clips John Rayner in the aftermath and also clips Grandy. That's a tough break.
It almost looked like when you guys came up together or came up and met each other, it almost looked like Netcode had a little bit of help with that. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Let's take a look here. Off the Malcolm's replay. Ooh, looks like there was some wheel-to-wheel contact. Dean, did you keep the car straight?
I kept it as straight as I can, and then I all of a sudden, yeah, it looks like he came off the wall a little bit, and I did go up a little bit. It looks like there was a little bit of Netcode maybe. I'm watching the replay.
Yeah, I think that is Netcode. When you look at it better from GJ's onboard, that is the Netcode.
Yeah.
Let's watch Rayner here. The ARCA brakes came in and Rayner got clipped.
Oh, ARCA brakes,
nope.
We love it.
Yeah. Boydell was not even on the brakes at all, and there's the aftermath.
Tell you what, the way this top is, you're not going to see this purple car up there at all.
You want to know something I've noticed too on that replay, and I haven't even seen it yet tonight? Normally in the past, when drivers are on their side, they can try and spin the car around and try and get it back on all 4 wheels. With this new damage model, I don't think you can do that.
Well, maybe a little bit of incentive not to get on your side, I guess, Dean.
I'm not planning on it.
So Kyle Sargent.
I was going to say, that is interesting. I didn't even get an X on that, so it must have been Netcode.
So Kyle Sargent looking for his first top 5 of the season, going later than Donovan Ross expected as we are back to green. Everyone trying to get it back up on the outside, and they do. So Sargent currently holds top 3 all nose to tail. McLaren in 4th position. You saw Ross get loose in the center of the corner. Cote almost had a lane up on the outside of the number 5, but that doesn't work. Meanwhile, Sargent still leads, but Isaac, he cannot pull away from Ross at the moment.
No, all 3 of them are together, and we're going to see if this lap traffic comes into play.
My. That's going to get interesting. They're working on, that's Rayner ahead, followed by Boydell. And now Sargent starts to pull away after Ross got loose off of turn 2. Cote had a jam on the brakes because of it. Ross is just trying to survive at this rate. He's up in the wall.
He's in the wall.
Cote looking for second. But he's got to deal with Rayner in the way. Ross could use this as a pick on Cote. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, we've just got 8 laps to go here in the Rebels at Eldora, pardon me. Behind them, Dittmer and McLaren for 4th position. Nice rebound from Dittmer in this run at the moment, Isaac.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if he can squeak on by this lap car safely and run some solid laps, he has a chance with that lap car being in front of Kyle and them to get close enough to maybe strike.
Sharp versus Reynolds in a battle for 6th position on the racetrack. Nice run for Jeff. He's up 5, may go up 6 if he can complete the pass on Dino, but he cannot. 5 laps to go, meanwhile, for your race leader in Kyle Sargent. Ross and Cote continue to duke it out for the runner-up spot. Everyone's still up on that outside. And fastest car on track last time by was Denver. 14.77. He's got the quickest car on track. He's found the sweet spot.
Oh, GJ's in the... Ooh.
That was different.
Brandon was in the wall. Everyone's in the wall.
Meanwhile, Cote, 1 second valley. He knows he's got a better car than him and wants it back over Devo. Ross shuts the door. Ross, try the inside. Gets in front of Boydell. Big pick there from the runner-up spot. Meanwhile, 2 laps to go at Eldora for the ABR setup shot machine of Kyle Sargent. It's been a while since we've called him a race winner in the Rebels division. He's got 2 wins with the B division. His last win came on December 27th at Fairbury, and he is under a half-mile away from taking the checkered flags. Down the back straightaway for the final time, we welcome J-Mac back to victory lane. Now we welcome Kyle Sargent back to victory lane. Sargent wins by a half second on Ross. That's great to see him back in victory lane for sure, Isaac. And Chad Cote got the fastest lap back at the final lap.
Oof. Yeah, that's a fast top 5.
So he'll get the extra.
Dino with a P6. Attaboy, Dino.
Yeah, good
I'm a
job,
Dino
Dean.
fan.
Thank you. And I'm going to go Renegade Racing.
Nice. That a boy. So that's the third.
I was gonna say, those guys up top are so good. So good.
Third win in Rebels for Kyle Sargent, his first since December 27th. That was a part of a back-to-back run that the 91 was on. The top 3 pose for a photo. Don't forget, we'll have the Renegades coming up in just a matter of moments. A fun race there once again. What happened to Cote, by the way, Salas, on the white flag? Let's take a look and see if we can figure that out while we wait for the top 3 to hop on in. So obviously we know the big pick on G.J. Boydell, that's right. Now word to mind, we forgot about how Ross was able to slide G.J. Boydell and Cote could not close in big time. So just waiting for Chad Cote to get on in here. We may have to move him. And I don't think we can at the moment. Now he is in. So let's begin with him. Chad Cote, our third place finisher. Chad, walk us through your race tonight. That was a fun one.
Yeah, it was. I'll be honest, the car was a rocket ship tonight. I don't know. I got held up. I'm not trying to be like that guy, but when you have a fast car and things happen on a racetrack, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. A lot of pick and rolls. I think maybe you could talk about this. The lap traffic was earlier than expected. We saw it after the green flag. Normally that's been a thing in the long runs. Were you surprised we saw it right after we got the green flag?
Yeah, actually, it's really surprised because, like you said, usually it's not till midpoint or maybe halfway, depending on the run. But yeah, it was a little fun to drive through.
It was a good run for you, man. Flip the mic again. Who do you want to give shout-outs?
All the boys over here at American Dirt Motorsports, all of our sponsors, Bonehead Podcast, Central Signing Lighting, Ram Designs, WFO Race Engines. Marty, you for the broadcast, Coast to Coast for the league.
All right, man.
I got one question for Chad. Was the highlight of the night that heat race with me?
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was. I mean, you came up out of nowhere, my friend.
That was a lot of fun, Chad, man. That was cool. I'm gonna take that home as a memory. Thanks, man. That was a lot of fun.
It was, absolutely.
Nice run, Chad. Our third place finisher here tonight. And let's go to our second place finisher here in Donovan Ross. Devo, you had a fast car tonight. Just what more did you need for Kyle?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's pretty good. I got a little tight on the one start and got all 4 wheels over the cushion, and it seems like maybe with this new model, you really get hung up on it. You feel like you're kind of high-centered. So pushed my wing back forward and tried to get back in the groove. And was really good at the end of the race there, but just it was a little bit too late.
You almost lost the lead at first, by the way, to Chad Cote before that yellow came out. Talk about how much of a breath of fresh air that was so you could keep control on the restart.
Yeah, I like it. The ball went my way for once. So, I thought he would definitely get the position, but, it's not my rules.
Yeah. Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Oh, Brian Moore Sr., Keith, Jack, all the guys back there, Reading Racing, and you guys for broadcasting an entertaining broadcast, and Roger for putting the league on.
Alrighty, man. We'll let you go. Great run once again.
Yep. Have a good night, guys. Thanks.
You too. Been a tough break in these past couple of weeks for Donovan Ross. He's had a very fast car. Has been leading in these features, but just cannot find victory lane just yet. Yeah.
Is that runner-up 2 weeks in a row now?
I want to say yes. Yeah, you're right. He started 7th and
Wow.
finished
Yes,
2nd
yeah,
last
it is.
week.
That's a heartbreak right there.
Absolutely. Anyway, we move on and go to Cool Ray Victory Lane to talk with your race winner. He's back. First time in Victory Lane since December 27th with the Rebels. Kyle Sargent, welcome back, man. How does this one feel?
Feels good. You know, they always seem to come when they're the most unexpected. I don't have the best track record here. First off, I want to apologize. I think it was Brian Moore that I got into. Totally unintentional. Feel bad about it, but yeah, I mean, everything felt good. The car felt right. Damage model scares me a little, but it's interesting. It's fun, but it's interesting.
I think it scares everyone here in this series. Talk about how quick your car was for this feature. You started 7th in it, and you made your up in quick time.
Yeah, I was extremely shocked about quick time. I have a hard time qualifying. It's just never been one of my strong suits. So pull that off. Heat race, I only got up to 3rd, just kind of benefited on somebody's misfortune and got there and just kept steady pace with them. I couldn't get a run on them, and I certainly didn't want to try nothing unnecessary. But the feature, the car took off good. It handled well. It was quicker than I expected, and before I knew it, I was up to 4th, and just all kind of went from there. Kind of nice.
It was a good run for you, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Give a shout out to BBR, Black Bullet Racing, ABR Setup Shop. Once again, nails it. Does a lot of work for us. W Energy, Mimi's Making in Motion, HRT Cinematography, Giddings Mobile Repair, CTFX Graphics. Got Hans Performance TV as well, Derek LG, DeBoy Welding, Admin Box. All these guys help each and every day, and all in their own separate ways to help keep us going here.
Appreciate the time, man. Great run tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Kyle Sargent takes the win as he celebrates again in Cool Ray Victory Lane. Our hard charger this evening brought to you by Chip Bangers Racing, up 8 positions from 18th to 10th. That was Zach Neubauer, finishing in 10th position. A look at your results tonight, pending their IL in their home division. It's Kyle Sargent, Donovan Ross, Chad Cote, Brandon Dittmer, Dan McLaren, Dean Reynolds, Jeff Sharp, Brian Moore, Joe Canellis, and Zach Neubauer. A lot of good runs from some drivers we did not expect in this top 10 tonight, Isaac.
Yeah, honestly, there was some comers, some goers. What? What did you say, Dean? There you go. Yeah, Dean with a top 6. I mean, you can't complain about that for Dino. There were some fast guys today. You know, there was. I mean, I don't remember who it was. I think Zach from 18th to 10th. That's a really good run at somewhere like Eldora. So.
Just going through this, looking at the top 10, I think the drivers that are eligible to transfer include, but are not limited to, Donovan Ross. Just looking who else there are that are eligible for transferring. Brandon Dittmer can transfer. McLaren, that's going to be close on his end. I would have to double check while at it. That'd be close for McLaren for sure. Dean can transfer. That's confirmed, by the way. Jeff Sharp, he's eligible to transfer as well. Brian Moore Sr. can transfer. Joe Canellis, unfortunately, cannot. And Zach Neubauer, just confirming here on our ends. Just waiting here. Again, everything is unofficial. Neubauer is eligible. So 7 of those drivers in the top 10 are eligible to transfer to the Renegades event. Coming up in just a matter of moments, the big one on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Stay with us.
in our industry.
The lifetime parts and labor warranty is pretty awesome. Basically, all the parts are covered, the labor and everything.
When we say lifetime, we mean lifetime, and it's supported with money-back guarantees. And with that, you're getting all qualified technicians that are going to ensure that this job is done perfectly and operates perfectly throughout the life of the unit.
Learn more about our Coolray lifetime parts and labor warranty at Coolray.com. Coolray and Carrier. Turn to the experts.
Right the buddy.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing League here at the Eldora Speedway. We are getting set to go for the Renegades, our big one, the A Division, presented by Dylan Westbrook Racing. As we welcome you back, we've actually brought in a special guest to the broadcast booth. Of course, you know me, you know Isaac, you know Dean. But Dean's cat decided to show up to Eldora tonight. That's Buddy, too. He's having a good old time here inside the booth. What's up, buddy?
He's my spotter. There he is.
He knows when it's all clear. Oh, I think it's time for him to go. That's just like my oldest cat, Mouser. He loves to be picked up for like 1 minute, and then he's like, "All right, time to get down. Time to get down." Isaac, are you a cat person?
I am.
All right.
To be honest with you.
All right.
We are actually in the process of my apartment approving us to have a cat.
Nice.
Oh.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Can't wait.
Yeah, I would bring my cat in, but it's going to get under my desk and just be crazy and interrupt me in the middle of a broadcast. So.
See, mine would be like right here. Like right on the back side of the wheel.
That's where this one was. I had to go grab him.
Yeah. Whenever I'm not broadcasting, I'll tell you this. My cat is normally, I got 2 spots for him on my desk. But sometimes he'll want to come right in front of my wheelbase and just rub his mouth all over the keyboard. So.
This one gets on the keyboard.
Yeah, mine does too. So that's classic for cats, obviously.
There was back in the day, I had an L-shaped desk actually, and I literally had a whole side basically from my cat. It just had cat beds, had a cat tree. I was like, you stay over there, I'll have my game and stuff over here. It was a happy medium.
Anyway, we get set to go here for our Renegades, which currently has a car count of 19 drivers at the moment, so drivers are just still signing in. Drivers meeting currently underway at the moment, but while we are at it, take this opportunity to take care of some business. First off, last week, incredible Renegades event. Patrick Spangler taking home the win as the only driver to use the outside line and propel himself, to victory lane. Point standings look like this. Point standings look like this coming on in. Kyle Moonen up by 2 points on Jeff Flarrell, 212 to 210. Brennan Lacey with 2 wins on the year is third with 190 points. Patrick Spangler fourth with 187. John Short is fifth with 184 points. Jesse Atkinson sixth with 179. Jeff Kemper seventh with 170. Jeff Barker eighth, 169. Tyler Wilson ninth, 153. Bob Everson 10th with 152. Have you guys had fireworks go up at near your places yet, or no?
I've been hearing them the entire broadcast.
I
to be honest with you.
I haven't heard all of mine yet because it's not pitch black in where I live. I know Dean's a couple of hours east from me, so it's probably It's probably near black at this moment. Oh, yeah, by the way, Dean, that reminds me. That reminds me, you got to take a screenshot of Eldora, racetrack and sunsets.
Oh, there you go.
The sunset off turn 4 is nice. Marty, Isaac, duh. Marty,
can do it if you want.
Get a good shot there, Marty.
I will.
Go to your scenic camera and get a good shot.
Hey, it's already on there. It's already on there, fam. So, and I'll tag you in it right now.
Dean, I just
Nice.
Virtual racetracks and sunsets.
Yeah, Dean, I need you up on the high side in 1 and 2, all the way at the wall. I'll get a good picture of you.
Second, I gotta go get some fuel.
Oh,
And then Friday was the best sunset you could get, and I was at Ransomville, and the sportsman feature was on track, so I couldn't go out and get it.
Oh. Yeah, I was at Pittsburgh.
Sorry, Patrick.
I was at Pittsburgh on Saturday night for Rush. You saw it, Dean. Isaac, I don't think you saw. We had a beautiful sunset.
Yes, you did.
In turn number 1.
oh, I love it.
You know, PPMS has a soft spot for me. I've gotten rained out twice there.
Oof.
Patrick, can you go back and get your ring, please?
That's a very fast track, by the way. That track was beautiful.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
smooth. They do a good job. It's like, I'll tell you this, that track reminds me a lot of the Field of Dreams, because it's in the middle of nowhere, and if you build it, they will come.
You do have to drive through downtown Pittsburgh to get to it, though.
That is true.
Yeah. No, my dad's vacation at Eldora was always Kings Royal, and then we stay for the trucks in the Super Dirt Car Series. And then on our way home 2 years in a row, we tried to stop at PPMS, and one of the years, All-Stars were actually there. We got rained out both times.
Oof.
Both times just as they opened up the gates.
You coming Friday to Ransomville, or you got a dirt car race?
No, I actually probably going to take Friday off because I got to go down to Orange County on Saturday. ESS's first time visit at Orange County, and that's my home track where I grew up.
Nice.
And I'm actually sponsoring the Dash, and so I'm going to sponsor the Dash, take my dad, and get my dad down in Victory Lane.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we got All Stars at Ransomville Friday night, so I'll be headed out
Yeah,
there.
that'll be a great show.
People are
that'll
telling
be
me.
a great show.
People are telling me this, and I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen anything yet, but I think Rico Abreu is going to be there Friday night. Because I
It
think
could be a good chance.
I think he normally runs the All Stars. I know he's at Lernerville Wednesday for the big 25K to win, but I think Rico's going to be at Ransomville. I don't know yet. Could be a chance that maybe a couple of NASCAR drivers come out, maybe Seabell or Alex Bowman, because I think it's $12,000 to win on Friday. And who knows, maybe even some guy by the name of Smoke may bring out the number 14. Who knows? But it'll be a fun one to watch out for, that's for sure. So
I think Ransomville are fun to watch.
yeah, I love Ransomville.
Yeah.
That's a fun track to watch races at. Anyway, continuing on here, we talked a lot about it last week. We talked about getting a mug. Whoever wanted to get that mug last week. So we do have a winner for Driver of the Week from week number 2 of this season, not from last week, but Jeff Kemper won it in week number 2. He started P20 in the week 2 Renegade race and drove all the way up to 5th, passing 15 cars. I haven't seen anything yet from last week, so Roger, you tell me who won the damn mug from this week. Anyway, continuing on here, I'd like to thank Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding for sponsoring our replays based in Oakland, Ontario, Canada. Malcolm's is a full-service mill writing contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and servicing industrial clients. Check them out online at mmmillwriting.com or like them on Facebook. Be sure to check out the Coast to Coast Speed Shop where iRacing meets real racing. There's much to see, so check out all the neat apparel and gifts of real Coast to Coast Racing League stuff and our partners. Go to c2cro.com for more information. Hello to a couple of other people watching, by the way, tonight. Dustin Sargent says, nice run, Kyle. Mr. Easton, that a boy, Chad. This is all after the Rebels event. We've got Steve Bixler saying Marty's sporting the new stash. That is true. That's the Yankees stash. And Dean, here's a fun fact, by the way. When I got to the tower last week for the Super Dirt Car race, all of us, because I'm obviously buddies with the guys at the Land of Legends TV staff that were there on the day off, they were harassing me for the Yankees stash. They thought I had a pencil stash drawn underneath that.
You know, if I didn't get a good up close look, if I'm looking at it right now, it does look like that. So
it's a Yankee stash. I mean, I can't grow one as good as Nestor Cortez or Matt Carpenter, but
Cortez has no. I actually think Carpenter's is better. But that's cool they're letting it do that because Yankees supposed to have a no facial hair rule, but I guess they're gonna let it go if you got a good stash.
All right, I got confirmation of driver of the week, by the way, and it's
up.
And it's from the boss himself. Roger Craig got it. Passing 16 cars from 24th to 6th in the Hometown Heroes 305 to win Driver of the Week for Week 3.
Attaboy, Raj.
Nice job, Roger.
Nice going, Raj. Yes.
Yeah, that a boy, Bass Man.
I'm actually sitting 4th in points in that league.
Nice.
I'll be there again tomorrow.
Let's see here.
That's been fun. 305s at Port Royal's been a lot of fun.
Nice. I haven't gotten a chance. Last time I raced Port Royal, you and I were doing that fun hosted race, where I came close to making the feature in that. Megan says Buddy is a good boy. Our super fan Gary Spangler from Lernerville says come to the Silver Cup on Wednesday. Gary, I got my show on Wednesday, RSN Trackside, on Wednesday night. And if you looked closely, by the way, from earlier tonight, we did show the RSN Trackside Sprint car, which decided to have a little bit of fun, taking a pounding into the outside wall to show off that damage model. So we had to have a little fun with that tonight, of course. So anyway, getting back into things right now. We're just moments away from our event beginning. As you look at a couple of drivers on track, here's the 51 of John Short. Tyler Wilson currently quickest at a 13.220. Pop up the full times here for you at the moment. There's John Short, 13.502, 14th quick.
You know, while I got a second here, congrats to Roger, so that way him and I can drink out of our Driver of the Week mugs together at some point. I like that. That's a good looking mug. So thank you. Good job to Roger.
Bixler says they should give me a mug for trying to grow the stash.
Well, you can see me. I can't. So
I got the middle-aged man goatee here with the gray and everything.
At least you
I've had this goatee. I grew a goatee before it was even popular.
Well, look at you go. And then there's Isaac. Isaac looks like a Yankee, okay? Isaac looks like a Yankee.
Hey.
Wardrobe malfunction.
We don't talk like that. You know, honestly, I think the big thing about it is when it finally comes in, if it ever does, I'm gonna go from like looking 16 to looking like 36, like that.
Smart man.
There's gonna be no in between.
Wait till you start looking like 104 like me.
I'd say you're in your early 70s. That's all right.
I'm a lot closer to the early 70s than you are at 50.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I just noticed, Marty, the points are going to have a shake-up. There's some guys missing.
That's true when you look at it. Give me 1 second here.
And I see Chris Schaefer and Brandon Ditton are manually disconnected. I don't know if they're resetting their computers or not.
So let's take a look at this while we're at it. Here are the standings. Kyle Moonen, he's in. Jeff Flero is in.
Yep.
No Brennan Lacey, which could be big because it would be this race. If he doesn't make it, it would be this race in addition to the bad run last week in Knoxville that would likely be used for the drops. Let's see here. Patrick Spangler's here. John Short is here. Jesse Atkinson not here. Kemper's
Be
here.
a good point tonight for Dean.
Barker's here. Yeah, Dean's going to have a good night tonight.
Easy now.
Anyway,
Get yourself top 10 in points.
we've reached the top of the hour. It's time to go qualifying. Brought to you by ABR Setup Shop. A big thanks to Alex Bergeron for sponsoring our Fast Times all year long, and been an awesome guy to work with. Making its way onto the
First on the track so you can get me.
making its way onto the speedway. The first guy to get to the track in the number 181 is Jeff Kemper. Kemper 7th in points coming on in, coming off of a 5th place finish at Fairbury, his lone top 5 of the season. Reynolds now perfect in sector 1. Now it's Bob DeGood. Lap number 1 for Kemper. He sets the bar at a 13.661. Dino goes quick at 13.554. Dan McLaren goes quick now, 13.449. Jeff Kemper looking to improve here on lap number 2. Same with Dean Reynolds. Reynolds the quickest in sector 2. McLaren on lap number 2, 200ths off the pace. Bob Evertson currently 3rd quick in the 008. Has won here before at Eldora in the Rebels division, where he got his 2nd career Rebel win with Coast to Coast. 3rd quick, and they've shaken up big time. John Short quickest, 13.425 in the number 51. Off of turn number 4, keeps it there. Ross Carina 11th quick at a 13.776. Off of turn number 4 for Carina, a much faster lap. Let's see where he goes. Quick time! 13.423 by 3/1000ths of a second.
I'll tell you what, this track is a lot slicker than time trials in the Rebels. A lot slicker.
15% is how it is set for Renegades, 10% for the Rebels. Jeff Flero 5th across the line, 13.487. Now on the racetrack, under a minute left to go in the number 24. This is Lights Out, Kyle Moonen. Points leader by 2 points entering this weekend. Lap number 1 for Kyle Moonen. He goes 10th quick at a 13.587. Moonen has not been the best when it comes to qualifying, but really shows it off when it comes to heat races and the feature. A much faster lap for Kyle Moonen at the stripe goes 8th, 13.536. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, go ahead, Dean.
I was going to say he had to make sure he was ahead of me.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
with
there
a
you go.
quick time of 13.423, the ABR Setup Shop fast time winner in the number 010, Ross Carina. So, time
Good starting
trials.
spot for Dean.
Time trials are in the books. And now we get set for heat race number 1, brought to you by Langdon Mechanical. Bob Evertson and Brian Moore Sr. make up the front row. Patrick Spangler and Ross Carina in row 2. Jeff Barker and Tyler Wilson in row 3. Well, Isaac, stacked heat once again.
Oh, all night. What do you mean? Every single one of them stacked. I think the big thing here is maybe Brian, since he ran the Rebels race, knowing how that heat race played out early. You know, maybe if these guys weren't watching the Rebels race, he might have a little bit of knowledge on them.
Patrick Spangler, Dean, coming off of last week's win at Knoxville. This could be another big chance for him to shine here at the Big E.
Yeah, I am still amazed how Patrick ran that outside of Knoxville. I mean, I never saw a guy run the outside all out so fast every lap, and it was like he was under control. We're hanging on for dear life every time we tried to do that, and it was just so natural. It was just so natural.
Waiting for Tyler Wilson to grid up. He has got 30 seconds. I think he's just trying to make some last-minute
He
touches.
just connected, so yeah.
He must have gotten booted out due to internet and must have had to reconnect.
Yeah, I think so.
So see what happens
Oh,
here. He's got 5 seconds.
That's so frustrating when that happens.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's got to go to B main.
Tough break. In the show, though, regardless. So we're set for heat race number 1 presented by Langdon Mechanical as the Steve King Foundation Pace Truck rolls the drivers off. While we're at it, don't forget to tune in next week beginning at 6:50 p.m. for Monday Night Madness. Week number 5 goes to the Kokomo Speedway. So make sure you tune in on the Coast to Coast Racing Network.
Isaac, I'll let you like Kokomo. I'm not going to like it no matter what I do.
We'll practice a little bit. Maybe we can get you to like it, I guess.
See what we can do. Go low and go slow. That's going to be my motto there.
Off the Florida Keys, there's a place called Kokomo.
A lot better than running there.
Anyway.
We're going to be broadcasting and Marty's going to have the
Beach
the
Boys
Beach
on.
Boys playing.
I'll be giving the Coast to Coast.
Wear a Hawaiian shirt.
I'll be giving them copyright strikes. Anyway, heat race number 1 about to go down. Winner of heat 1 starts from pole position for our 30-lap feature tonight. Bob Evertson and Brian Morris Sr. the front row as we are set to go under the green flag for the first of 3 heats this evening for the Renegades. We're racing.
We've got a lot of point champions in this heat in various divisions too.
Evertson
From
off
last
of turn
season.
2 has it. Brian Moore. Oh, hang on, Spangler. Oh, there goes Moore around. Loses the front wing of his 558. And we'll have to go to the B main because of that. Top 4 currently. Evertson, Corinna, Barker, and Spangler. Corinna the faster car though last
I think
time.
Ross is going to love that.
Yeah. Isaac, you're right. Ross is the faster car at the moment, 13:57 compared to Evertson's 13:66. This time by at the stripe, 13:58 for Corinna, 13:64 for Evertson. The 008 tries to pull up around the outside. Evertson went defensive in 3 and 4, testing out the slider line. Gap a car length into 1 and 2, Dean.
Yeah, and the interesting thing here is with the track state being a little different, you notice the crumbs aren't building up like it did in the other 2 races.
Do you see how it looks from Ross? Corinna's on board. 3 laps to go in heat 1. There's a pole position on the line. Corinna's got the run. Pulls up to the front tires. Side by side for the race lead. Evertson defensive. Here comes the crossover from Ross Corinna. 2 to go. Big slider from Ross Corinna. He's got it. Evertson trying to fight it back. Evertson knows the slider line works in 3 and 4. He goes slide job city. Corinna fights it back. White flag. Corinna led the line. Who leads on the next one? Pole position is on the line for these 2 drivers off of turn 2. Corinna's got it. He goes defensive. Big move for Ross Corinna off of turn number 4. That's just what he needs. Corinna starts on pole tonight. Spinkler.
Good finish.
Turn 3. Yep, veteran move.
Yep.
That's a very smart move on his part
Yep.
to go defensive there. Good job by Patrick there to actually get by Barker right there on that last lap as well.
Yep, Spangler and Barker join in on the transfers. Second heat race brought to you by Magnum Race Design. Lineup looks like this. Jeff Kemper and Kyle Moonen on row number 1. Jeff Flero and John Short, row 2. Nathan Aldrich and Chris Schaefer in row 3. Second heat race, where the winners will start on the outside of the front row. Outdoor as well in the past, and Dean, you can explain this as well because you've been the more experienced driver in the Coast to Coast Racing League. This has been a race in the Renegades where you see a lot of action at the start of the races. A lot of passes, a lot of drivers trading sliders for the top spot.
Because they got the experience and they know how to utilize the width of this track. Because this is the widest track on the sim and in real life as well. But they know how to use a slider. They can do a diamond. They can run low. They can run high. And actually the middle will probably come in the feature. These guys just know what to do. And that's going to make for a great race.
I think a couple storylines that you got from here was, like you said, Marty, during qualifying, Kyle Moon might not qualify the best, but he's on outside pole here.
Yeah.
And you also look at somebody like Jeff Flero. He's been pretty hot these last couple weeks, so, you know, it'll be a battle all around this heat, I think.
Ready for the green flag as the Steve King Foundation pace truck pulls into pit road. Moonen and Kemper are on the front. Here we go. Short though the car to watch out for. He was quicker than anyone else in time trials. Flero tried to pull up underneath. That did not work. Kyle Moonen is in second around the outside on Jeff Kemper for the race lead. He's got it. Moonen's out in front. Short's in third position while Flero and Aldrich battle for the final transfer spot. Chris Schaefer did not make the call to grid for the green flag. Nearly 3 wide off of turn number 4. Moonen still leads, followed by Short. Kemper stuck in no man's land with Flero looking to go around the outside. John Short, quickest last time by though, Isaac, 13:71. He wants the lead.
Yeah, here comes. Yeah, and he almost had enough space there to get that. Oh, he's gonna send
What a
it.
send! Moonen crosses it over though down the back straightaway. Flero wants to make this a 3-man dash. And a battle is off the final transfer spot, by the way, between Kemper and Aldrich. They nearly touch off a 2. They had a net code though. Aldrich trying to get that final transfer spot. Off of 4, 3 to go in this heat race. It was Moonen at the stripe. Short trying to send it once again. He does not have enough space. 13:64 last time by for John Short. 2 laps to go. Dean, what's it going to take?
Hey, John is throwing everything but the sink at him, and you know, if he doesn't watch it, there goes Jeff. Jeff is
Yep.
Jeff was just trying to keep his own pace and tried to pick him off, and it looks like he's got it. Well, and then John's coming right back.
That may be exactly what Kyle Moonen needs to win this heat race.
Yes.
Pulls away from John Short and Jeff Flero off of turn number 4. Kyle Moonen wins heat race number 2 and starts on the outside of the front row.
Justin Kyle on the front row. Boy, that's I'm gonna pick one of those two. I think
It's going to be a tough one
That's
to
gonna be
pick
tough.
for sure.
Yeah, those are some quick guys right there.
Third heat race presented by 2-1 Designs. This is our final heat race of the evening. It's Bob DeGood and Dean Reynolds on row number 1. Blake Chapman and Dan McLaren, row 2. Then Barry Goldner, Brandon Dittmer, row 3.
Here's a fun storyline for this heat. Mr. Dean Reynolds on outside pole. We always like to see that. But Dan McLaren's been fast in every heat race we've ran so far doing alphabet soup. So, you know, he's been a threat. And obviously, you know, it's Blake Chapman. So.
you know what? In this storyline, this front row probably has 120 years on this earth.
That's a good one.
Just saying.
DeGood, I think DeGood races in the retreads, right?
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
We're both retread eligible.
Oh boy. So this should be fun to watch very closely. Of course, Dan McLaren, by the way, only driver, and for the second straight week, to run a full alphabet soup from C to A. So congratulations to him on that. There needs to be bonus points for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free Gatorade.
Roger, you know what
Free
to do.
Gatorade.
Roger, you know what to do.
That's a sticker all on itself.
That's my pitch.
The sticker and a Gatorade.
That's my pitch at the next meeting you guys have. So, final heat race winner starts on the inside of row number 2. DeGood and Reynolds bring the field to the green flag in a 5-car heat race. It's on.
Go slick.
DeGood gets a nice jump. Reynolds falls back to third. Blake Chapman may go 2 for 1 in the corner, all the way down to the basement. Beautiful slider from Blake Chapman. leads lap 1 early up 2 spots. And look at the run as well from McLaren to the bottom. Row number 2 is taking no prisoners early here, Isaac.
Yeah, absolutely, and that was a beautiful first lap by Blake. You know, like just pick and choose those moments where he wanted to strike. So it's very veteran driving.
So Blake Chapman is.
19-year-old.
Here goes Dean Reynolds down the inside. Oh,
Dan.
McLaren shut the door on him as he was trying to look down low on Bob DeGood.
He knew I wasn't there. He looked like he did a little diamond.
DeGood
It's
rides
in
the
that
wall though.
And
into you.
There's that wall getting stuck in the wall and then trying to come off.
Dean saves it.
Bob didn't do anything wrong. He just, when you get stuck, you shoot off that wall, and I just happened to be there.
Right front A-frame though is bent
Yeah.
off of DeGood. How about that for Barry Goldner? Puts him up to 3rd position. Absolutely what he wants to deal with at the moment. A much better spot. Meanwhile, for the lead, it's Blake Chapman and Dan McLaren. Half second separates them with 2 to go, Isaac.
Yeah, I don't know if Dan has anything for Blake. Blake's running the piss out of the freaking high side. He is quick on top.
Final lap is
Top 3. How about the top 3? Going to be Blake 3rd? Wow.
Blake Chapman off of turn number 4. Brings the KSR team to the checkered flag. Wins heat 3. Followed by McLaren, Goldner, and if he can get there, Dean Reynolds.
Yeah, my steering was a little out of whack after the contact with Bob.
No
B-main.
B-mains for Dino.
No,
Yep.
but we're in. Yep, we're in.
Only 6 drivers for this B-main presented by Gambler Motorsports. Here's how the lineup looks. Brian Moore Sr. and Jeff Kemper on row 1. Bob DeGood, Tyler Wilson, row 2. Then Chris Schaefer, Brandon Dittmer, who did not make the call to grid. I don't think they are eligible to
That's
race.
probably why they disconnected, because they were in, and then I noticed they disconnected, so maybe their ILs weren't.
Well,
eligible,
Chris
like you
Schaefer,
said.
though, is a regular on the Renegades. He's having issues.
Yeah, he's a renegade.
I don't know if Dittmer. No, I think for Dittmer that may have been the reason why he may have been trying to watch, but do not quote us on that. So as the field rolls off, only 4 drivers now for this B main. And I tell you something, you look at the guys on 2nd and 3rd. Actually, check them. Maybe with everyone, except for Tyler Wilson, this could look like this could be a retreads event. I don't know, though. Don't quote me on that.
This track is way different. Man.
Way different than it was in the beginning of the night.
Yeah. Way different.
There you see.
I couldn't floor it all the way around.
There you see Tyler Wilson, brand new scheme on the 042, running in 4th position.
I think you're right, Marty. I think it is all retreads except for Tyler.
Winner will start from 13th position tonight. So a 16-car field from the looks of it when we take the green flag in our 30-lap feature. But the lights are on for the B-main. It's time to get them going. Oh, Moore and Kemper nearly trade blows down the back straightaway. Tyler Wilson wants a piece of this as well as he diamonds 3 and 4. Up to 2nd he goes. He may want the race lead and go 2 for 1. Fades in 2nd spot, now back to 3rd, Isaac.
Yeah, that bottom's starting to come in just a little bit more every single race we go through, if you can hit it right. But, for the send.
What a slider.
See what I mean?
What a slider. May have hit the berm too. I thought he was about to go around off at turn number 2 and lose so much time. He just kept his foot in it. Oh, he just lost the top wing. The wing, now it comes back. What in the world? Well, it was a wingless sprint.
It's a little glitchy.
Yeah. iRacing has a couple of bugs to work out.
You getting a thunderstorm out there, Marty?
I I did not. But Tyler Wilson, the cowboy, loses the wing for 3 seconds and gets it back on it. That must have been crazy to look at from his perspective on the off-road, I would assume. Because he loses the front wing, think, what was that? I didn't even hit that hard.
The high side is quick, but that cushion and that moisture is just getting smaller and smaller as the race has progressed too. And we're not even in warm-ups.
This track is going to be crazy slick when we get to our 30-lap feature for sure, guys.
Be interesting to see Patrick can do the same thing here.
White flag next time by for Tyler Wilson. Don't be surprised if you see him up here battling near the front. He could be going for a
He almost lost his wing again and moved.
He may be just trying to have some fun. I think he knows he's got this one in the bag. Half-second lead on Brian Moore. And off of turn number 4, Wilson takes the win in the B main.
Well, I changed my wing angle. I went with 22% last feature, and I'm going to go with 24-degree angle wing in this feature. It's just the track just seems to be a little bit different.
Final Flatline Racing Bodies warm-up before it's showtime here at Eldora under the lights on this 4th of July. And yes, you will see some fireworks. Let's look at the drivers on the track. Gentlemen, we are in for a treat here in just a matter of moments.
I feel like Patrick has something again. These long tracks, full throttle, all out type of deal. I don't know. Something's telling me.
In warm-ups, he's second quick now, 14:24 for Spengler. It's Blake Chapman the quickest at a 14:059. We got a lot.
46.
Wow. That's crazy.
Wow, that is crazy.
By the way, this is not the only time that we go to Outdoor this week. We've got a lot of races here at the Big E. Roger must have paid Outdoor so much money to have a lot of events here this week. It's like the Dirt Million and the Dream. So here's what we got. We've got Vets and First Responders Night, 2 races at Eldora. We've got Vet 360s and 410 sprints. We've got Thursday Night Thunder at Eldora. We've got Friday Night Lights at Eldora as well. So a lot of stuff on the schedule for the Coast to Coast Racing League.
EMT to Tyler Wilson.
I saw that.
How we feeling, Sir Dino? Feeling all right? Feeling
Slick
comfortable?
coming off.
Slick coming off.
Yeah, slick. If you look, Isaac, the patch of slick coming off 2 and 4 is so wide that you can't. It's almost like Williams Grove. When you come off on the high side of Williams Grove and your car wants to, the end wants to stick out. It's kind of like that.
By the way, that reminds me, we haven't had a lot of flips tonight, but we do have a couple of ideas. So don't forget, tomorrow morning on the Coast to Coast Racing League Lounge, whenever I get a chance to post it, we will have your wildest flip of the night up. And I think things will be a lot of fun with this new damage model, guys. So we'll see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Coolray, Oshwegan Speedway, the Coast to Coast Racing League, and all of the fine drivers and sponsors, we thank you so much for choosing to spend your 4th of July with us. It is now time to meet the field of 16 for 30 laps at Eldora. Here is the We Let the Dogs Out for You starting lineup. On the front row, it's Ross Carina in the 010 and Kyle Moonen in the 24. Row 2, Blake Chapman in the 20 and Bob Evertson in the 008. Row 3, John Short in the 51 and Dan McLaren in the 88. Row 4, Patrick Spangler in the 39 and Jeff Flero in the 200. Row 5, Barry Goldner in the 36 and Jeff Barker in the 513. Row 6 is Nathan Aldrich in the 514 and Dean Reynolds in the 790. Rounding out the field tonight are Tyler Wilson, Brian Moore Sr., Jeff Kemper, and Bob DeGood. Let us know your predictions to win in the chat. We've got a good race around the corner, folks, for 30 laps. You always have a favorite to win here at Eldora Speedway. Isaac Salas, your pick to win.
My pick to win. Oh boy. Honestly, I don't want to jinx him, but I really got Kyle Moonen.
Folks, I think he's going to make a big charge again throughout the field. Give me Patrick Spangler for the win tonight. Dean?
Blake Chapman, just the way he flew by me in the heat. I got it, take that.
You should have said yourself, Dean. Come on.
Oh no, I'm just hoping for a top 10. Out of 15 cars, so that's a big, big feat.
Lights are off the Steve King Foundation pace truck. We go green next time by. A sold-out crowd on July 4th for the Coast to Coast Racing League. Canada Day was celebrated 3 days ago on Friday. And on this Monday night, we celebrate at the Big E. Fireworks, on track, and pyrotechnics you'll see pre and post race. We get set to go for the Dylan Westbrook Racing start. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now on this 4th of July holiday than the Eldora Speedway? Kyle Moonen and Ross Corona make up the front row. Showtime at Eldora. You can hear them 3 wide down the back straightaway. Blake Chapman looking for second position off of Kyle Moonen. Lap number 1 is in the books, led by Ross. Blake is on the charge. Moonen nearly gets up into the wall. John Short, Bob Evertson battle for 4th position as well. And here comes Short all the way down to the inside, looking for P2 on track, Isaac.
Yeah, it's a hornet's nest from about 2nd to about 7th. 3 wide. Every line you can think about, they're all trying to find it.
Chapman tried to find some room on the outside, but Kyle Moonen shut the door, holds Blake Chapman to 3rd position. Ross Corona, quickest guy on track, 14:57 is his best lap. Good battle for 4th between Short and Everton. Here comes Patrick Spangler, but Isaac, oh, hang on, John Short pounds the outside wall. Jeff Flero is loose. Nice save from both of them. They're back to 6th and 7th respectively. That nearly got let nasty for John Short. Could have been a big flip.
It's still a hornet's nest by them.
Meanwhile, Patrick Spangler's in 5th position. It's in a tough time though on the outside. Puts the slider on Bob Evertson. Can he hold it for P4? He can. Evertson, let's see if he tries to set it. He does not. Spangler though, quickest on track, 14:33. A 10.5 quicker than the race leader at the moment. He's got a lot of ground to make up. 8 laps are complete. He's in 4th.
Is not gone. He's faded all the way back to where I am.
Oh. Chapman caught the wall. And Spangler down to the inside for the bottom step of the podium. Spangler, at the wall he goes. He thought he could time the slide job well. Just caught the wall a little bit. Isaac, I don't see any damage though on that 39.
I don't think I see any either as well, to be honest with you. I think they both got unscathed on that one. I don't know if Blake's gonna appreciate that though.
Lost a lot of time though to 2nd place, Kyle Moonen. And Walt Scrapes once again in turn 3, but the 39 still closed in on Kyle Moonen. Tries to go around the outside, but Moonen knows from last week that's where he is oh so good at. He left just enough room for Patrick Spangler around the outside again. Oh my goodness. High side Spangler is kicking some butt. He's got about a second to make up though on Ross Corona. He is coming. John Short, we can tell you, by the way, is in the pits. So his night is done once again. A look at second spot, looking for third spot. Chapman inside on Moonen. Beautiful slider up to third. Moonen crosses over for third, Isaac.
Yeah, it's a heavyweight bout right there between Moonen and Blake. But Blake's finally going to get around the outside and get himself back up in the third.
Gap is down to 0.4 of a second. They're working on Nathan Aldrich in lap traffic. Here's the lap times for the last 5 laps. That's Corinna's lap times. Let's show you, though, Spangler's. Look at that.
Wow.
0.3 of a second quicker in 3 of the last 5 laps. That time by 0.2 quicker. And Corinna's on the wall. Spangler takes it to his advantage. Slide job. Spangler out in front of Eldora. 14 laps to go, halfway home. This man's about to say bye, bye, bye. Looking for back-to-back wins in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Remember, he's the defending champion of the series. He's been a big threat. In front of him, though, there's a good battle on track for 10th between Tyler Wilson and Jeff Barker. You see Spangler starting to close in on the crowd in front of him. Barry Goldner now starts to feel the pressure from Wilson off of turn number 2.
Here comes Blake underneath Ross.
Back to the inside, trying to take advantage of second spot. Catches the roll with the right rear sneaker. Corinna, though, tries to fight it back. Can he clear? Chapman trying to fight it back, despite how slick the car is. Right in front of them is Dean Reynolds. He's getting a good bird's eye view. Oh, they bump!
Oh.
They bump! Corinna loses a lot of time. Doesn't lose the
Kyle
front
Moon's
wing.
damage.
I don't see any damage to the front end clip.
Look at Kyle Moonen.
Moonen's crashed, though. Moonen has crashed, though. Into the wall hard, and the caution flag is out. First caution with 9 laps to go, and he has lost his shock. That's a tough break for lights out. He had already been up in the wall, and he must have hit it hard in 3 and 4. Look at the A-frame is all the way gone. That had to have been a hard shot for the 24 of Moonen. Let's see if we can rewind this for you. He must have hit it in turn number 3. Oh, he did. That's a big shock. And a big shot. Kyle Moonen. That was not a rear issue. That's the front A-frame on that right front tire. You really need that at short tracks for sure, Isaac.
Yeah, that's a heartbreak for me. I'm sorry that I that I gave the announcers bad luck to Mr. Kyle. I apologize for that, but yeah, man, that's the danger of playing up top. So
Points leader had top 4 finishes in the first 3 races of the season. Good chance that he'll be using that as his first drop of the season when we get to the final 2 weeks of the summer. Lights are off the Steve King Foundation pace truck. We go green this time presented by Mission 22. Patrick Spangler leads. Blake Chapman is second. Ross Corinna third. Bob Evertson fourth. Dan McLaren rounds out the top 5. Brian Moore 6th. Jeff Kemper 7th. Tyler Wilson 8th. Barry Goldner 9th. Jeff Barker is 10th. Spangler is ready to fire. And we'll go one more lap.
Yep, send it. There's a car stopped on the inside going into 3.
Try and see who that car is.
I believe that was Bob the Good. I think he was just waiting for the line to come around.
I think so. Yep, he was. Remember, Bob DeGood is a lap car. So he was checking out his heads-up display. Doing the right thing. 9 to go when we get back to green flag. The Mission 22 restart. Green lights are back on. Spangler holds serve. First guy on the baby bottom is Ross Corinna, looking for that runner-up spot. But Isaac, I don't see that caution. Big wreck. Brian Moore Sr. has gone around along with Tyler Wilson. And we're hearing John Short, Barry Goldner are also involved in the crash. So that lap will revert to the field. We'll take a lap off.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Here's what happened coming back to green. Again in the back of the field, Moore catches the wall in front of Wilson. And there's Barry Goldner. That's a hard crash for the driver of the 36. Look at Moore and Wilson stuck on each other, and luckily Moore lets him go.
That's a hard crash for John Short as well at the end of that.
That was his tail tank on the track I just went by.
Here is John Short's angle here, as he came in here with nowhere to go at all. Front wing is damaged on the 51. And there you see as well Barry Goldner also involved. Let's take a look at the chat. Nobody has any predictions to win, but the lights are off the Steve King Foundation pace truck. 1 lap to green. I believe it was Spangler that posted a video earlier this week, Isaac, in the Coast to Coast Lounge, showing some stuff he was doing at Knoxville. I think that was his prep for Eldora, getting ready to go. But he told me, nah, not really. But I think it still was prep for Eldora, so.
I think him and that high side are just a deadly combination.
Back to the green flag, 8 laps to go. Everyone on the outside. Corinna decided to stay up top. First guy in the bottom is Jeff Barker in 8th position. 7 laps to go. Top 3 all nose to tail under a blanket. This could be the point of the race. Patrick starts to pull away. Looks like
I
Isaac,
think
though.
Blake has something.
Blake's got a better car in this short run. We'll see what happens. 6 laps to go. Blake Chapman wants to pull a huge surprise. Started in 3rd position, and it's up to 2nd. No mistakes, and Blake Chapman will have a chance at a win. He finished 2nd last week. I shouldn't say 2nd last week, but to begin the season at Cedar Lake Speedway. How would it play off? Spangler pulling away, though, with 4 to go, Isaac.
Yeah, I think Spangler's starting to get into his groove. Oh, there's Big Wreck.
That is Moonen, along with Moore. And I think I see a tire out there on the track. Things just changed big time. And lights out may have just said goodnight to himself.
Watch out for the tire, fellas.
Contact with Dan McLaren, and they net coated into each other. Then look at Brian Moore Sr. Loses the right front wheel.
Yeah, Brian was in the wall coming out of 4 and he couldn't get off of it, and then all of a sudden I saw Moonen facing at me.
Let's ride on board here. This is with McLaren, and you can see how they got hooked. And yeah, you could just see it how Moore got the wall. And the front wing goes off of Dan McLaren's car. And now here's Moore. See, the right front wheel was wobbly, and then there it was. You picked a fine time to leave me loose, wheel.
Everyone.
You know, on that short run, through those first couple laps, Blake was a little bit better. But as Patrick started to get into his groove, he started to be able just to kind of pull away from Blake. So with this only being a 3-lap run, it's kind of in that middle point between both of them being really good or being even. So we'll see if Blake can get it, or if we'll see if Patrick can hold him off.
He's looking for his 5th win since the advent of Sim Racer Hub. He's won a lot of races in the Coast to Coast Racing League, a veteran of the series. But can Spangler survive? He's got 3 laps to try and do it. Spangler, Chapman, or the field. Time to bring the action. 3 laps left at Eldora. A nice jump from Patrick Spangler, but if you're Blake Chapman, do you consider going for the slide job? They hold their lines in 3 and 4. Popsicles are up from Bernie. 2 laps to go. Spangler opening that gap. 0.4 of a second on Blake Chapman. It closes down just a bit in 1 and 2. This time by. White flag is out. 1 lap to go at Eldora. Last week, it was an incredible dominating effort from Patrick Spangler. Down to 0.3 of a second. Chapman gonna send it in at 3 and 4 for the final time. He's got nothing. Back-to-back victories for Patrick Spangler at Eldora.
Really?
Let the fireworks fly on this 4th of July night. Spangler gets to celebrate with some donuts.
Dean, that looked like a hard wreck at the end of that one.
Chapman and Carreno round out the top 3. If you listen closely, you can hear those fireworks a lot better than in the past. When we took the green flag, I heard something weird that I never saw, that I never heard before, and was like, what in the world was that? And I realized it was the pyrotechnics. All right, just for the heck of it, let's see what happened to Dean.
I guess because I was a lap car there, somebody just wanted to make a move and give me a 2X for no reason. That's all.
Ouch.
Yeah, whatever.
And no the feeling, dog.
Would have had a 2X the whole race, and now I get a 4X, but that's okay. It's a 30-lap race, so it won't hurt so bad.
Yeah. All right, let's begin by talking with the podium. First off, let's go to Ross Carreno in 3rd position. Ross, walk us through your race tonight.
Well, if I'm being honest, it's been a while since I've been on the sim. I was actually surprised I did that well in the heat, and kind of just tried to keep it smooth. I saw Spangler coming, and then Chapman got me, and I just kind of tried to run my own race. At that point, I had nothing for him. So
You put up a good run, though, in your return, man. Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
I'd like to thank the guys at Phantom Motorsports and Vanderbilt. Sponsors Velocity Race Design, Weichel Sportswear, Power Outdoors. You guys for putting on the broadcast, and then everybody for running the league.
All right, we'll let you go, man. Great run tonight.
Sounds good, thanks.
Another podium finish for Ross Carreno as he finishes in 3rd position. Let's go to Blake Chapman, our 2nd place finisher. Blake, you had a good run at the end. You nearly got Patrick Spangler. What more did you need?
Maybe if that last caution didn't come out, I don't know if I would have gotten around him, but maybe just scared him a little bit more. It was really top dominant track tonight. I had some fun though. I think my car was pretty fast. I could tell with the new update there were some glitches and stuff that they need to fix, but overall I think it was a good race. It was a pretty clean race. Again, I just think I needed a couple more green lap run there at the end to catch Patrick.
Yeah, it seemed like you had a setup meant for the short run, but Patrick had not just a high side car, but also a great car in the long run. Would you agree?
Yeah, we ran the matinee today, and he was just flying around that high side, and I couldn't catch him at all, and I made some adjustments for tonight, and I think I got the car a little bit faster, but it wasn't quite where it needed to be, and like I said, some iRacing still has to fix some of their stuff. You know, I saw Patrick bouncing off the wall almost every lap, and I'm sure he saw guys bouncing off the wall every lap. Although with this new update, I think it's really cool. Like when there's a wreck and we're coming back around, and I can see a wheel rolling across the track. I think that's pretty cool. But
I'll tell tank too.
yeah, you know, there's parts of cars laying everywhere. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think it was a pretty good race tonight.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
My parents, my grandparents, sister, everybody watches and supports every time I'm on the track, on the broadcast. I got to thank Krite Sim Racing and everybody down at the Can-Am Racing team. Of course, Galen's Gourmet Popcorn. head over to their website. I know Dean's probably gonna look to check them out.
I'm going to do it right now tonight. You just reminded me. I'm going to be home for a while. I'm going to order some. Isaac, you going to get some too?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I live a state away. Now I really have
Right.
to.
Now it's unanimous. I got to do it too.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's awesome. Go over there, GalensGourmetPopcorn.com, and make sure you guys use code CART, that's C-A-R-T, at checkout for 15% off. Trust me, it's really, really good popcorn. I can tell you from experience.
All right.
And thank you, Marty, for putting this on every week.
Absolutely. Blake, we'll let you go. Great run.
Thank you.
Second place finisher is Blake Chapman. Now we go to Cool Ray Victory Lane to talk with a back-to-back winner, Patrick Spangler. Dude, you made the high side look easy for the second straight week. Did you think coming on in this was your race to lose, perhaps?
Yeah, they do that matinee race with the open setups, and Blake was in it there, and he started in front of me in the feature, and I was able to get around him and beat him by like a second. So I figured I was starting pretty far back, and a lot of pass guys in front of me, so I didn't know how good passing was going to be, but it just kind of worked out.
Yeah, what was your reaction when we had that first caution of the evening with under 10 laps to go?
I was like, I didn't know who was behind me at the time, and I looked down, saw it was Blake. I was like, of all the people, I did not want him behind me, because then I think after like the second caution, he was sticking right there with me, and I was like, oh, this is going to be him passing me just like last season, so I was able to hold on to it.
Well, you had a car that nobody else had for you, but next week you got a tough track at Kokomo. What are you expecting in that?
Yeah, you go from Knoxville, Eldora, and then a small bull ring of Kokomo, and I assume they will probably take away the damage model, so that may make the cars more durable next week. So hopefully we can just stay clean and rip the top. Again, I don't know, usually not as strong there as I am at Knoxville and Eldora, though.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on your run?
Team SSR and School Sim Racing with awesome setup again. That Knoxville setup and Eldora setup are just unreal. Dad and Uncle back home watching. You for putting on the broadcast, and Dean and Isaac for being in the booth too. Roger for putting on the league. And yeah, see you next week.
All right, yeah, we'll see you next week, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Patrick Spangler takes home the win tonight as he celebrates in Cool Ray Victory Lane. Cool Ray's
Somebody wants TV time, if you can tell. Look.
Oh, hang on. Let's pop it up.
Sitting right in front of the phone.
Your phone is you're black, dude. Oh my goodness. Dude, buddy's like surprise. Anyway, celebrating Cool Ray Victory Lane. Yeah. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that Ray's tradition of 100% customer satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of their reputation of providing excellent service to homeowners and businesses in Georgia. Their mission is to continue to build long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Buddies, you enjoy that race?
Handsome chap, ain't he? Look at him.
Yeah.
I'm getting really warm.
Let's pop up the official results here from tonight's race. A great race, only 9 drivers on the lead lap. Patrick Spangler wins by a half second on Blake Chapman. Ross Corinna third, Bob Everson fourth, and Jeff Kemper rounds out the top 5. Another great run from Jeff tonight once again. And that is how the field looked tonight. So after that race in the Renegades once again, Isaac, I think without question that Patrick Spangler is looking good to defend his championship early on.
Yeah, man, that him and those long high side tracks are wow. Like at the end of warm-ups, I was like, man, he's gonna be probably one of the ones to beat, and I didn't pick him. And I'm from how the luck went for Kyle Moonen, I'm probably pretty happy that I didn't choose him. So my bad, Kyle. But yeah, man, he already looks in championship form, and we're only in week 4.
Dean, your final thoughts on tonight?
Yeah, I mean, when they said the lead cars were coming, I just went down to the bottom to, not impede because I'm not a renegade runner and I don't want to hurt any points. But man, when he went by and I just watched him go into turn 1, I'm like, if I did that, I was in row 76. I mean, it's just, or up in the fence or whatever. But He's got something that no one else has right now. And I'll tell you what, even with Kokomo, Isaac, in 1 and 2, you can ride the outside. 3 and 4, you got lanes, but he's going to be tough next week too.
Yeah, man, that high side in Kokomo, I think the big thing is a lot of people don't realize how fast the bottom goes away. When you get 1, 2 guys that start moving on the bottom, everybody in the field wants to be down there. And so by those last couple laps, if you get a lucky caution, that high side's a good thing. And I mean, I think I was in the booth with Marty for one of those where I was like the only one running the high side at the last like 3 laps or something like that, and it was faster than the bottom. But when you have someone like that can run the top, and it's a good play. It's a good skill to have. It really is.
Yes, it doesn't matter what track it is. If you can run a top and have confidence, that's such an advantage, such a big advantage.
Absolutely it is. So with that, we're going to log off here for tonight. Before we go, let's take this opportunity to let you know about what's coming up here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Tuesday night, we got the Hometown Heroes at Port Royal. Wednesday night, Vets and First Responders Night at Eldora and I-55. Thursday is Thursday Night Thunder, also at the Eldora Speedway. Friday night is Friday Night Lights at Eldora. It's jam-packed at the Big E this week on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Next week, we have Monday Night Madness at the Kokomo Speedway. All start times are at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So that'll do it for us here tonight. On behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Racing Network, Roger Craig and Preston Kramer, our main admins here tonight. On behalf of my broadcast partners tonight in Dean Reynolds and Isaac Salas, Marty Sakala signing off. We congratulate your winners as we welcome them back to Victory Lane. Jamie McCarron and Kyle Sargent, and Patrick Spangler goes back-to-back at Eldora. So long, everyone.